Should be up. I see an MJ in chat. Yeah, you saying something, Craig?
Oh, my bad. I'm singing the cat dog theme song.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that
Understandable.
it was picking me up.
All right. So, first of all, hope you've all been well. I know it has been quite a bit since we played.
Indeed.
And I think you all want to be unmuted for this next part. But so as some of you may know, some big changes are happening in my life pretty soon. I'm moving next week, and then I'm starting grad school pretty soon after. And I'm very happy to be doing all this stuff though, but it also comes with some drawbacks as well too. This campaign has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad you've all enjoyed it so far, and everything we've kind of dealt with. But time-wise though, I don't know if we're able to finish the entire module in the coming time frame we have right now. But I don't want to kind of just say we're gonna be done right here and there though. So these next 3 sessions, including this one, so this one and then 2 more after, I want to get through those. But I think after that though, and I'm essentially going to put us on a hiatus of sorts where I'm going to kind of get through my life, get into the grad school groove. And once that's kind of all settled in, I think I would basically message you all saying, hey, if you still want to keep doing this, let's try and get back into it then though. So I guess what I'm saying is though, our sessions are about to drop off quite a bit in a few weeks. Hope I'll understand why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got life. That happened.
Pretty much. We're gonna these next few sessions we're gonna get through. I think to me at least very big plot points, and I think you guys will all have fun with it. But I will also note, in terms of schedule wise though, I want to keep playing, but there are definitely things going to be happening these next few weeks. I don't know if I'll be able to kind of run or not. So here's kind of the tentative calendar schedule. We're playing today. My hope is to play next week, September 2nd. That is very much so dependent on A, if I'm fully moved in, and then B, my internet and computer setup are working. Do not be surprised if the day of D&D then I'm going to say, hey, oh, sorry guys, we can't play or whatever. But my aim is to play then. And then, well, I would say we would play the 9th. There's also another thing, I may be helping someone else move around that same time frame too. So I don't know if I will be around or not to prep a session and then kind of play. So essentially, we may go in our quote-unquote final or first part of our final session. I guess maybe September 16th. But that's all very much dependent on how things go. But
I actually also have something because I just got word today that I actually might be working the next couple weeks. Not next week, but the week of the 16th and the 23rd. I might be working.
Okay.
So that is still in flux. I don't know exactly when everything will be, so I'll let you know as soon as that happens, Avon. But I think certainly the 16th I will not be able to play.
Okay. But ultimately, 3 sessions left, including, and I'm counting that as this session is one of the 3. If I am playing next week, I'll let you know if we end up not being able to play. And then session after that, the quote-unquote final session of this part of the campaign will be sometime in September.
Yeah.
All right, hope that's all good with you. Sorry to kind of start us off on a bit more of a downer, but
no, that's how it is.
Yeah. It's been how things have been going. All right then, but
also,
yeah.
Also, real quick, Avon, if you need help moving next week, I am around next week.
Oh, thank you. I'll let you know. But, I think things are a bit more set right now with me and my dad. But thank you for the offer, and I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Alright then, are you all ready to go?
Let's do it.
If you need help moving, just let me and
Yeah.
Acoustic know.
Yeah.
Come on, Shane.
Unfortunately, I'm not moving to Delaware, but you know, if I'm ever moving to Delaware,
yeah. Oh, drat!
I'll-
Unfortunately.
yeah, I'll give you a call.
Yeah,
when
I
I'm
really
moving
like
to
moving to Delaware, but you know.
Yeah.
Is it
I'm
kind
sure
of
there
like
was no
Penny, where you
attempt.
just kind of end up at Delaware? You don't really plan to go.
Didn't
More
really
like
get a
Delaware.
choice.
Yeah.
I regularly forget that Delaware is a state, so
Same.
It's
I
not
live
that
here.
same, yeah.
Delaware. We're like, where the fuck is that?
Yep.
True.
Oh my god.
I actually
Alright.
don't know.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
getting started. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright. Where we last left off, the gang just dealt with a major crisis. Having defeated Xardorok and his men, the gang got to work clearing out the rest of the fortress. Having been told by Grandolpha Muzgardt of where the treasure and guest room were, the gang quickly made their way there and looted the place. Following that, the gang got a well-deserved rest. However, during the night, Vars had an awful dream as the gang was awoken by the sound of rumbling in the fortress. Deciding to investigate, the gang discovered that the Nildar they had thought captured was actually a doppelganger, and that something was brewing up at the top of the fortress. Making their way up there, the gang found Nildar becoming one with the chardayln dragon and flying off towards the 10 towns, as Grandolpha Muzgardt goaded Vars and the gang to go after him. Realizing that they had been tricked, the gang then proceeded to attack Grandolpha and her men, killing them all after a quick battle. Now having full control of the fortress, the gang then proceeded to take some giant lizards and chase after Nildar. Still, the gang was not fast enough to catch up with the dragon that easily. Luckily though, Albion and Spellix had managed to get the spaceship somewhat operational, and took the gang for a test drive as they made their way back to the 10 towns. Crashing in Good Mead, the gang discovered that Dougan's hole and Good Mead were destroyed by the dragon, as Speaker Froth demanded the gang pay for what happened. However, not having any of his bullshit, Vars killed Froth, as he demanded to know where the dragon went next. Discovering that it was currently in the process of destroying Easthaven, the gang concocted a plan whereby they would ambush it in Caer-Dineval after getting the people there to safety. Making their way there, Balthazar convinced the speaker and townsfolk of Caer-Dineval to run and hide for their safety, as the gang prepped for battle. Once landing, Nildar confronted Vars, telling him that he now knows Vars' pain and understands what he went through. That same pain now was driving Nildar to finish what his father started. The battle then began. Unfortunately, Balthazar fell to the chardayln dragon's malevolent presence and turned against the party. In a long, rough battle, the gang had to deal with the dragon's deadly breath weapon, a mad duergar, and an enraged Balthazar. Nayala and Sorrin almost went down for good, but luckily help arrived in the form of Vellynne and Denver Harpell, who arrived from Caer-Konig to assist the gang. And, in the madness of Balthazar attacking Nayala, Minerva, and Correth while Sorrin was down, Vars managed to strike the dragon in its heart and take it down. Out of the wreckage, Nildar emerged from it. Before Vars could confront him, the gang was alerted to the presence of Avarice and her men. The Goliaths of Wyrmdoom Crag under her control, they took Nildar and the pieces of the chardayln dragon away. Nayala noticed that the Goliaths under Avarice's control were the same ones from her village, and that when Balthazar struck Avarice, all the damage done on Avarice went to the Goliaths instead. Recognizing that the time wasn't right and the party not in their best shape, Correth and Vars let Avarice and her men walk away as the gang regrouped. Speaking with Vellynne Harpell, Sorrin learned from her that she wished to take them all to the Island of Solstice to end the Everlasting Rime and hinder Avarice's plans. So, a week after this whole mess began, what will happen to the gang now? And what will they find on the Island of Solstice? Find out now on The Sun Never Rises. Alright. So, for starters, as has been mentioned, it has been about 1 week since all of that happened. And you've all been kind of dealing with your own stuff during all of this. Some important things to note, though, are A, the towns of Dougan's Hole, Good Mead, and Easthaven have essentially been destroyed. And the people, the survivors, in fact, of those cities have been making their way to Bryn Shander. So, now the biggest city in Icewind Dale has gotten even bigger, as now a housing and food crisis has essentially emerged. And now with Easthaven and Good Mead gone as well too, two major cities that kind of either brought food in or made food, the food problem has essentially just gotten much worse. In addition, the town of Good Mead has been closed off due to the ship incident, as Albion and some other arcanists in the region have been trying to get the ship back up. And even with the food the goblins offered, it just still isn't enough. The speakers of each town, Dougan's Hole, Good Mead, and Easthaven, are all dead. And, you know, while not everybody's dead, there's still been some shit to deal with. But for each of you all, you've all been kind of, you know, grappling with a few things there, here and there. So I'll go one by one and kind of bring up some important incidents and whatnot. Vars, you can unmute yourself for this. Alright. So, during this time, you have essentially become the head of the Sunblight clan. Though, you know, you're still trying to make sure everybody there still kind of follows you, but, you know, making that trip there and back without, like, a fast mode of transportation is really difficult. So you've had some duergar come to you to give you an update. You currently find yourself sitting in, like, a nice place in Bryn Shander. Though, you know, things aren't all as well with you and the speakers. Speakers are very unhappy with the dragon that was duergar made. And you did kill Froth too, which has also kind of upset some people as well.
He was a dick, to be fair.
True, but he was still a duly elected official, so... They have not... Duvessa Shane has kept, you know, the speakers from actively going against you or trying to arrest you or throw you out. Though there has been some heavy pressure on your end, though, that you can't stay here forever. But eventually you're going to have to go back.
Okay, fair enough.
Speaking to you at, in this little nice, I guess, room you essentially got, you have one duergar, the one you made cry back when you killed your uncle, the one you basically forced to submit, is here. You don't even bother for his name. The other person, the other person though, Nephrun, the female duergar you saved from the torture chamber, she's here as well, giving you an update. She's kind of the one taking charge of this meeting. Ingvarek, how have you been?
It's been a rough couple weeks since, you know, everything happened.
Just 1 week, a rough couple days.
Week.
Yeah.
Couple days, yeah.
No,
Well,
it's a couple weeks to him.
Actually, that's fair. You've been drinking.
He doesn't understand time.
It's been one night for me, just one really long drunk night.
I'm assuming Vars went on quite a bender after everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, King, I'm here to report some good news and some bad news. What would you like to hear first?
Let's start with the good.
The good news is that we've cleared out the rest of the Muzgardt supporters out of the fortress, and what it seems like everybody there is loyal to the Sunblight clan. In addition, we have found the giant lizards that you all rode off with into the wilderness, and have brought them here for you and your friends as mounts.
Fantastic. And now the bad?
The other man, you can literally, this man is like such a, I guess, a beta, if anything. You can just call him whatever the fuck you want, but will just do what you say. Well, the bad news is, sir, is that while everybody's still there, is still loyal to the Sunblights, the fact that Nildar is still alive is causing a bit of concern for some. They still think that, given that they followed Xardorok for so long, Nildar is the rightful heir. But of course, nobody knows where Nildar is, so they're not exactly entirely loyal to you.
That does sound like a problem.
And
yeah.
And also, while we've gotten the rest of the Muzgarts out, the clan wants you very much dead for killing Grandolhpa, and we believe war has essentially been declared. Last time we checked. At this point, Nephrun kind of speaks up. King, well, we value your guidance, but We don't really know how much longer we can stay there. If we stay at that fortress, we're kind of sitting ducks for invasion of sorts from the Underdark.
True. It does. Maybe we can work something out, though. There seems to be a bit of a housing problem in the 10 towns right now. Maybe we can bolster some reinforcements.
They both kind of look to you at that. Alright then, we'll do what we can. But any messages we should send back to the people there from you?
Yes, I would just say those are loyal. I do appreciate your acknowledging the true rightful heir. And those who aren't, I only wish you the best of luck in the forthcoming days. For after my cousin is defeated, there will be no one left to turn to but me as your rightful king.
Alright, they take note of that and then head off. Well, actually, but they begin to leave. But as before they leave, though, Nephrin does look to you. Well, we'll do our best. I'll do my best to get this across to everybody, King. But I guess it's like you said, until Nildar is found and taken care of, and also, you know, I guess, you know, this problem won't go away. Do you have any way of finding Nildar? And who was that tiefling woman that came by before? What's her name again?
I don't remember her name. In or out of character.
Avarice.
Avarice, yeah, that's the one. We do have a good idea of where they went, I believe. We shall be taking care of them post-haste.
Alright. And with that, they leave. Alright then. That's it for Vars. You can re-meet yourself, Kahuna. Balthazar.
Yo.
Balthazar, it's been a bit rough after
Yeah.
a lot of that happened. You know, I would assume Balthazar was very distraught after that fight and everything. And
Yeah, I think I'm having trouble facing the rest of the party.
yeah, in fact, people have gotten word of that and are very concerned, especially Sheriff Maxwell of Bryn Shander. But luckily, the Speaker of Caer-Dineval has let you stay at the Caer this past week. But you kind of know as well too that your time there is less of like a rest or come hang out at my house, but more of like a, you know, we're keeping you here just to be safe. You know, if you try and leave the Caer at times, someone else will be like, "Oh, I'll go get what you need, you know, sir," or whatnot. Though, but you're essentially kind of being kept under watch this past week as you've just been like chilling out here. Like I said, you're not in jail or like in major trouble, but everybody's kind of
house arrest, basically.
Yeah, everybody's kind of concerned about you and what you did essentially. But you know, one day as you're kind of, you know, chilling outside with the dogs and watching Alistair take care of them, you see two people come up. Well, one of them is actually your brother, Albion.
Hey there, brother.
Balthazar, how have you been?
I've been better.
I would assume.
I'm gonna like separate myself a little bit from Alistair so that he is not like in the conversation.
All right.
Yeah, it's been a rough week, brother.
I see. Well then, as he kind of comes up and gives you a hug, and then he whispers to you, "Sorry about this next part, as you soon hear coming up. Well, well, well. Balthi, my boy, how has it been?" And you see the other hooded figure is your dad. Older human male, an archmage of sorts, as he comes walking up. Seem to be in a bit of trouble there, Balthi, my boy.
I'm frozen in place, like in kind of the hug in the embrace with Albion. I'm just kind of like wide-eyed.
Yeah, he kind of gets out of your hug as he looks. Well, come now. It's been quite some time. And give your old man a hug too.
Yeah, I like walk forward very stiffly, and I like give him a very awkward side hug almost. Yeah.
He pats you on the back after that. Now about thee, I've heard the news, and it hasn't been good. But Albion did tell me one good part is that you know a little bit of magic now.
Yes, Father.
Good, good. Now come in, perhaps we can sit inside instead over some tea, rather than just sitting out here in the cold. Standing out here in the cold.
Yes, of course. I'll sort of usher him in, and like, if I have access to servants or something, I'll be like, hey, can we get tea over here, please?
Oh yes, right away. One of the servants comes by, and the three of you sit down in like the main dining hall. Now then, Balthi, even though things have been a bit rough, your old man has been working to resolve a bit of the issues here.
What have you been doing, Father? How has your life been?
Well, it's been, same old, I guess. Though, of course, the Arcane Brotherhood hired me for some consulting work recently. And frankly, that's kind of what brings me here. Seems like a whole mess is come up here from their expedition. That's why your old man's here to help clean some of that up. And also bail you out as well.
Sorry, I got distracted.
That's fine.
Bail me out. How, Father?
Well, some people are concerned that you will in fact go mad and use your strength and magical capabilities to kill everybody under the service of a devil worshipper. But I think, A, you have a little bit more self-control than that, and that B, rather than using your strength and muscles for evil, you can use them for good.
Try, Father, I try.
Yes. That is why I have personally signed you up for Miss Harpell's expedition, so pack your things, boy. You're going to the Island of Solstice.
I'm at a loss for words, Father. I've been trapped. I've been trapped here for the better part of a week now.
Well, that's why I've come in here and cleared things up. Now listen, Balthi. Miss Harpell's expedition is a very important one for both herself, the Brotherhood, but also for the magical world in general. We'll be doing a lot of good helping her out. That is why I want you to trust her and do what she says, though, alright? As for being trapped here, though, I've already worked it out. Besides, she's leaving in the next day or two, having some big meeting with some of the other folks in this expedition party. So I expect you to be there.
Yes, of course, Father.
Excellent, excellent. And
will it just be me, or will you be attending as well?
For a journey, Albion here is going to be quite busy fixing up that little magical device he crashed back in that other town, though. Isn't that right, Albion? As he starts kind of patting him on the back, and Albion's like, yes, Dad. So
it was a pretty big magical device, Father.
I know.
Quite impressive.
But anyways, as for me, though, I'll be working on some other stuff, getting prepped for another, magical journey. And besides, someone needs to be in this town to kind of get things in order. Things are a bit of a mess ever since those 3 towns got destroyed. Even this town was almost destroyed too.
Yes.
So
we tried. I'm so awkward with my phone.
Yeah. All right then, Balthi. So pack your bags. I booked you a room in that fancy hotel Miss Harpell is staying in, and expect you to be on your best behavior too.
Where is the fancy hotel?
He gives you an address in Bryn Shander, but you have to go back to Bryn Shander for it.
Got it.
Excellent.
Yes, of course, Father.
Good. As they kind of both get up to leave, though, your dad does look back to you. Now, by the way, Balthi, well, I'm happy you do know a little bit of magic, but magic only goes so far, though. If you can pull this off with Miss Harpell and find what we're looking for, then let's just say I'll have to buy you a nice steak dinner and tell all the boys in the restaurant about how proud I am of my son.
I think my eyes open wide and I say, "I'll do you proud, father," and I give like a very deep, straight bow.
Good. And with that, he leaves. All right.
Does Albion leave too?
He does leave as well. Your dad makes him go with him.
All right. I shoot a knowing glance to Albion.
Yeah, he recognizes it, but
Yeah.
he departs. All right then.
All right. Yeah, I go to pack my stuff and I guess say goodbye to Alisar.
Yeah. As you do go and say goodbye, he does look to you. Just so you know, Mr. Balthazar, I still think you're pretty cool.
Thanks, kid. And I pick him up for like a big old hug.
Yeah.
Thanks for believing in me.
No
Stay on
problem.
top, okay?
Will do. Alright. And with that, you leave, Balthazar.
Yeah. I do want to give just a firm handshake. No real words, but a firm handshake to the speaker.
He gives it back to you. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah.
Sorry. I thank you. So good.
Yeah. No words are really said though. He's been informed of the situation.
Yeah. I feel like it's still awkward between the two of us. So yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And yeah, I leave.
Yeah. All right. Nayala, you could unmute your mic.
Mm-hmm.
Nayala, you spent your time at least kind of, going out to different parts of the 10 towns to kind of help clean up here and there. And, for better and for worse, Caer-Konig has just been with you the whole time. One day, you're sitting down for lunch and he kind of is just, sitting there with you. You guys have been helping direct some refugees in Bryn Shander and whatnot. You've been told, Nayala, already, though, of, this sort of, expedition. Oh, it's a bit loud. I'm gonna lower it. But as you're both sitting there one day, he kind of looks to you. Say, Nayala, gotta ask, you're God and whatnot, though. Would you say he's pretty cool?
I would.
Cool. As he kind of looks. Because I guess as he, after a minute of silence, it's like, because I guess I've been thinking about looking more into him though, because after what happened. Do you have any recommendations on books I should probably read?
Yeah. I mean, that was, the big reason why I left. I knew no one would listen to me, so I ventured off to find a way, to save our people, basically.
Yep, and now they have all been brainwashed, as he just kind of had it in his hands.
We'll get them back.
He looks to you, he kind of gives you a smirk. Ah, so you still do care about them, huh?
I mean, I'm not uncaring.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were starting to be a bit. But, yeah. Well, listen though, Niall. When the time does come and when you face down that bastard Avarice and those cultists, do try and keep our people's casualties to a minimum.
Of course.
And, I guess if we're able to pull it out through all this get our people back, you know, do come visit Wyrmdoom Crag once more.
I just might.
He kind of smiles at that. Alright then, as he gets up, he begins to stretch. Alright, so write me down those recommendations and, you know, I'll get on it. But I guess for right now, though, I probably should get back to helping out these refugees.
Yes. Yeah, there are a lot of people around here that need help.
Indeed. Alright. And with that, two of you head off. Sorrin.
Yep.
Sorrin, you spent this past time chilling in the Black Raven Monastery back in Bryn Shander. You've been informed that the one in Easthaven has been destroyed. Luckily, though, or I guess maybe not luck, but in some good news, Ginter and Gall survived, and they're both currently at the Black Raven Monastery at Black Raven Monastery in Bryn Shander. However, Ginter has lost his left arm, and Gall has essentially been in a coma of sorts, kind of coming in and out. His body isn't doing that well. You're chilling one day in the monastery when, you know, kind of hanging out with Ginter and Mishan, who runs the monastery in Bryn Shander. As they've been kind of talking to you a little bit about the recent news, Mishan looks to you. So, Sorrin, are the rumors true that you perhaps may finally find Silas?
I believe so, yes. It all seems to point to this island.
Perfect. Now, I did my best to look into this Vellynne Harpell, but not much comes up other than he was some, I don't know, I guess, wizard of sorts. That, Ginter pipes up, that got her ass kicked by none other than Silas himself. So, Mishan kind of looks to you. You think you can trust her?
I kind of look around. Nope. I don't really trust her all that well, but I trust Denver, so.
I see, says Mishan. She kind of looks to you. I know you said before, Sorrin, that you'll be prepared to deal with whatever you find Silas doing in the Island of Solstice. I'm assuming that's still the case now?
Yes. I believe that, my suspicion is that Silas was under control of the mind when he beat up Vellynne. So, I assume he'll be under the same control when I meet him again, and I'll make sure to knock him out of it.
Ginter kind of looks to you. Do you really think, Sorrin, that you can take on Silas?
Yep. I think if not by myself, I'll have the others I've met along the way there to help me beat him.
They both kind of look to you, and Ginter's like, well, I guess best of luck in that then.
However, it would be pretty cool if I did beat him in one-on-one combat. I'd never let him live it down.
They both kind of smirk on that, and then Mishan's like, that would be pretty cool. Or, that'd be pretty interesting. Ginter kind of getting up. Alright then, well, before you go meet with this Miss Vellynne Harpell, you mind helping me out though, a little bit?
Of course.
Yeah. Trying to get the proper gravestone setups for Speaker Wayland and Captain Indra. I've been informed they found their bodies back at Easthaven Town Hall, or what's left of it.
Yeah. I'll help.
Yeah, you guys go. Say goodbye to Gal, who's still kind of coming in and out of it. You spend the rest of your days kind of burying them in Easthaven.
Yeah.
Alright then, Sorrin. Correth.
Yes.
You spent quite some time resting, meditating, trying to really think about how to deal with the situation. But one night, while you're in trance, you find yourself back in the Feywild. You see a masked individual come up, elf-like in nature, an emissary of the courts. Correth Goldenleaf, how has it been?
I'm trying to do my best at this quest that's been laid before me, but it's seeming to elude me further and further.
Yes, we've been a bit aware of that. You've done good dealing with the rest of the threats plaguing that region, but the main devil problem still exists. But, I guess that's maybe why one of the top dogs thought it'd be best to get the advice of someone else as well. As you see suddenly kind of, emerging from the ground in almost a daze is Minerva. Is also here.
Sick.
Minerva, you had a nice night, good dinner, good drink, went to bed, and now suddenly as you're dreaming, you find yourself in this lush forest where Correth and some masked elf are looking at you.
The Feywilds. Why am I here?
I'd like to ask the same question.
Because, Correth, we're going to figure out a way to you're going to find a way to defeat a devil worshipper. You need the help of someone who knows devils and infernal magic. I'm assuming that's what you keep in your little pocket. Isn't that right, Minerva?
I just glare at him.
As he kind of takes a step back and turns his back to the both of you. Now listen, Miss Minerva. I think you can do some good, especially for the world. Keep the devils from being brought back to the material plane by avarice. But I gotta ask, do you trust Correth? Does Correth trust you?
While I don't really care about what happened to the material plane, devils being here would be annoying. For reasons.
You got that right. As you hear, is the orb kind of your little the orb where you keep your certain somebody kind of pipes up in your mind.
I mean, I don't really know him too well, Yeah, I don't, he seems fine, but I don't really have any trust, I guess.
What about you, Correth? How do you feel about Miss Minerva here?
I don't not trust them.
Oh, isn't that flattering? I mean, you guys, I would assume the two of you had quite a proper introduction at least, am I right?
Of sorts.
Kind of. It was mostly just me.
I see. But Correth, Miss Minerva here has helped you out ever since you met, though, at least, so clearly she's not all bad.
I look over to Minerva and I say, is one of your goals to defeat this avarice person and help us and the rest of the party do so?
Yes. I don't like
I'll
her
trust you.
either.
I trust you.
I see. Well, I wonder what the big man wonder what the big man has to say about this as he snaps his fingers and the two of you hear a voice up from the sky.
Hey, y'all, how's it going? Listen, if y'all don't work together, then there's a real strong chance that good boy down there, Balthazar, really murders the both of you. I tell you what.
I believe, as the emissary kind of pipes up, that almost happened to you last time, am I correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
but at least I myself have gained some extra defenses against it.
Well, either way, regardless of the half-orc or avarice, if you want to stop the devil's return to the material plane, the two of you better best be on your best behavior.
Always.
Anything else to say to them, big man?
Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Get him. Go get him. Yeah.
Oh, Mr.
Give a
Green.
little bow.
Yeah. Do you bow, Minerva?
Cheap. Probably not.
Alright. As the dream begins to kind of fade away, you hear the emissary pipe up. Mr. Green always has a way with words, as the dream ends.
She doesn't know that guy. She doesn't care.
Yeah, but Correth does.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, after about this week or so, you've all been kind of directed to head to this fancy hotel where Vellynne Harpell is waiting. You meet with her and talk to her about all of this. So you all come in one by one, see each other all together in person after a good long week or so. And you find Vellynne Harpell, who I believe I showed you guys her character profile last time. Yep.
Yeah. She was with her kobold friend.
Yeah. Her kobolds are there to kind of clean things up, bring out the tea and crackers. Her brother is kind of just chilling. Denver's sitting in the back area. He's not really going to be super involved in this meeting, but he's keeping an eye on things. As she looks to you all, and you all sit down. Yeah, you're seeing everybody once again. As she looks to you all. Ah, yes. The saviors of the 10 towns. Can I get you all something to drink? Something to eat?
Wine, please.
Alright.
I could use something very alcoholic, yeah.
I could never pass up a good ale.
Alright. She says, alright, boys, get some fine wines and alcohol. And they're like, right away, man. And they all kind of scurry back with drinks and cups for everybody. As she kind of looks to you all. So, listen. The reason why I've all asked you to come here today is because I need your help. As for what that is, some of you already probably know and some of you don't, so I'll give you the big picture. A while back, a very powerful magical object that I owned, belongs to the Harpell family, was stolen from me by a former associate of mine and her platinum friend. As she kind of like gives you a little wink, Sorrin, when she says that. And without it, I won't really be able to finish the mission the Brotherhood sent me here for. To find the lost city of Netheril. But in that time, since that incident, I've learned quite a bit about this place, this region, and its history. In my exile, I went past Caer-Konig and went to the Sky Tower Shelter. I believe you would probably know it's Miss Nayala. And you know Nayala, that Sky Tower Shelter is the other big Goliath, city in Icewind Dale. After Wyrmdoom Crag. There, I read up about, what exactly caused this rime, and perhaps a way to stop it too, and get what I need as well. You see, Arl resides on a place on the Sea of Moving Ice known as the Island of Solstice. And from there, she lives with, her followers as well too. And not only that, every night, she heads out on her pet rock. A rock is being, essentially a giant's bird native to this land. And from it, she goes and spends every night casting her spell on this god-forsaken land and keeping it in everlasting darkness. So, what I am proposing is this. With the griffins I was able to acquire from the Goliaths at the Sky Tower Shelter, me, you, and my kobold compatriots would journey to the Island of Solstice, find what was stolen from me, and find one other magical object that me and a certain archmage were looking for as well, as she gives you a look, Balthazar. And
what is the other magical object?
I suppose you might as well know. It is a book known as the Codicil of White. It is a book that contains quite a bit about ice magic and about certain lore of this region, certain hidden lore, especially regarding the Nether East. If I remember, my guess would be, my former compatriot and her platinum friend, if they were going to the Island of Solstice to begin with, that book would also probably be on their to get onto the to-do list as well. But in exchange for providing me protection and taking me there, I'll give you all your best chance to end the Everlasting Rime. And from what I know, there are about 2 ways to do it. They're both not easy ways, they're both difficult, but one's more slightly difficult than the other.
What are the 2 ways?
So, one would be to defeat Arl and essentially destroy her physical form and cast her out from the material plane.
That sounds like a difficult one, right?
True, but I'll point out though, gods don't usually take physical forms on the material plane. So, it's possible, but it would be quite difficult. I would assume you're all quite strong though, given what Denver has told me. Am I right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Very good. So,
Indeed.
I think you all could do it if it did arise. The other way, though, of course, would be to kill her pet rock. For that is the beast she uses to ride across Icewind Dale and cast her spell. If you're able to kill it, then she will be hindered from casting her spell for quite some time, because she will no longer have a way to travel across the entire land that easily.
Sorry, did you say pet rock?
Okay, so it is...
That is what I said.
Maybe I don't understand what this says.
Yeah, I know, it's like the way it's...
I know what a rock is.
Yeah. I that's why I try to explain it in character too. A rock is essentially the name of a giant bird species in D&D.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So...
SpongeBob voice. It's a rock.
Yeah. No, she just drives a giant rock like the pilgrims used to ride across the land to cast. Yeah,
I used to ride these things for miles.
Yeah. How else do you think she cast that Everlasting Rime spell? But getting back to the how he things.
Yes, yes.
But as you can see, if she can't cast her spell, then the never-ending winter here will cease. And without that never-ending winter, all of Avarice's plans will essentially be ruined. Question, Nayala.
Yeah.
No, you're. Yeah, I'm making a joke because I heard your phone ring.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. What was Balthazar?
Has she been flying around on her bird for this, like, every just once in a while to continue casting the spell?
Yes, but you clearly don't know much about rocks to begin with. This isn't something we could just all, fly up to on a griffin and start fighting, though. Frankly, it actually would be more or less suicide, because our steeds would most likely die first, and we would all plummet to our deaths.
But is that a thing that like people have seen? Like the rock? I'm sorry. This is.
Well, let me. Hold on. I can maybe make this a bit more clear to you. I'm gonna pull out that. She's gonna pull out the actual map. You're right. You would expect people to see it, but from here where we're at on ground level, though, here, it'd be very high up in the sky and lost in the aurora borealis that dot this land. However, I was able to take some note of it out in the mountains near Sky Tower Shelter. Because when you have higher altitude, there's a better chance of you seeing something like this. You understand?
Yeah. So, are we gonna cut her off while she's flying?
No, that would be the suicide part.
Yeah, yes, but like from a mountain. I don't know.
Well, at the Island of Solstice, that is where she rests, and her pet rock rests too after its long flight as well. So,
okay.
Better to ambush it then when it's sleeping versus up in the air, though.
Got it.
But we'll get to that part. We'll see what happens when we get there, though. For right now, though, at least, I want to know if you all care to join me to the Island of Solstice, help me find what I'm missing and get what we need, and then I'll let you have at it with Arl.
Are you gonna help us fight her?
I'll do my best, though I would rather not. I would better like this if this was planned out rather than us charging into battle recklessly. All I can ask.
Obviously.
Of course. We never
I
did.
think I am a little upset at that.
Denver's here, right?
And Denver's kind of chilling in the back. He looks to you all.
Okay. I'll say. What about you, Denver? Are you gonna help us fight, or are you just gonna stay back and?
I guess if I'm being honest, Sorrin, I'd rather you all didn't do any of this, and that Vellynne would just go home. Oh gosh, now Denver, but
see,
like this is my destiny here. Everybody else in the Brotherhood has either died, gone power hungry, or has gone missing. Now I can finally show them what I'm capable of. But Denver kind of looks stern and is like, but sis, come on, you almost lost your life once to Nas and Silas. You don't need to, but she kind of stresses him at that. Enough, Denver. My brother will not be joining us, as he looks to you, Sorrin. He'll stay here and do whatever it is, I guess. But,
just kind of give Denver this look of like us like puzzled, like, and more of like a we'll talk later kind of like vibe.
Alright. But my Kobold compatriots will be there, taking care of our griffins and whatnot. As one of them kind of comes up and he smiles at you, Sorrin.
Great.
Yeah. I don't know if there'll be more on keeping watch duty. Fighting wise though, I'd rather not lose them all. Alright, any other questions? I'll take your silence as a no.
When do we depart?
At dawn, so if there's anything else you want to do here in Bryn Shander, now's the time. And with that, she takes her leave with her kobolds. Alright. Is there anything else?
Ready to get fucked up?
I'm already halfway there. Halfway
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Halfway there.
I do think I want to. The gems that we got out of Sunlight, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Those are just to be sold, right?
I mean, you
Like
can keep them for like style purposes and make yourself like a fancy ring or something. You can sell them too as well.
Yeah, I think it was. I was.
Oh,
What's that, Minerva?
I was just. Can I ask Denver to identify that wand?
Oh yeah, sure. He's still around. He's kind of chilling in the bar drinking, but it's the wand you found back in the fortress, correct?
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up that. The good old man cast identify. Let's see. Cloak. Oh. After identifying, this, my friend, is a wand of web.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will send you the stats. Remember, you can only be attuned to 3 things at a time, though. So.
I have no attunements.
Well, then you're.
Must be nice.
Yeah, must be nice. Yeah.
Must be nice to have magical items.
I have too many.
Here you go.
I'm gonna sell the 2 moonstones I have. I'm gonna keep the beard comb because that's at least something that I use. But
Alright. You would go to a jeweler. He offers you 75 for each, so you get a total of 150 gold from them.
sounds good, sir.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You too. Also, can I go check out the Mavericks Magic Store, see if there's anything new there?
Sure. Let me pull up the book as he sees you walk in. Just so we don't do this 20 times over, is there anybody else going to Mavericks?
Yeah.
Alright.
Seems like.
Alright. He looks, he's like, well, hey there, all of you. It's been quite some time, but, looking to buy?
Yes, sir. How are things treating you, Maverick?
Pretty good, though my commute's gotten a lot more busier with all the people kind of, chilling back and, like, stuck in the streets, though.
Yeah, but I bet the clientele's gotten better, right?
I mean, I guess, but, people who just lost their homes aren't really, looking to buy magic items. Or more...
It was helpful. I was helpful.
Yeah, but luckily for me, though, because I sell quite a fair bit of things, though. I have enough money to keep paying for food, though.
Got it.
Alright.
What do you got?
So, we still have the standard potions, regular and greater healing. We still have potions of resistance, too, of each different variety. As for magic items, I have about... Ooh, let's see. 5 new ones that, if you're looking to buy.
Yeah, let's see the menu.
Alright. The first one... The first object we have here is... I'm going to just type them into the chat so you all know what they are. This Brooch of Shielding. I'll read it out to you what it does. That's the wrong page. Here you go. See, while wearing this brooch, you have resistance to force damage. And not only in addition to that, you're immune to damage from the magic missile spell.
Ooh. That's cool.
Alright. Next on the list. Let's see here.
Well, how much does it cost?
For an uncommon item like that, I'm putting it around the 300 range. Gold, too, might I add. Next thing I
What
have...
else would you be selling it for?
You'd be surprised what people want, or people trying to pawn off for you.
Fair enough.
Next thing I have here are these Gloves of Thievery.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll read them out to you in a moment. Gotta find the page. Sorry about that. That's what happens then. Alright. These gloves, first of all, you don't even see them when you're wearing them. They're invisible. But they give you a bit of a bonus when you're trying to do certain thieving stuff. Essentially, out of character, gives you a +5 bonus to sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks when picking locks.
That's wild.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Would that be a
wild.
+5 on top of proficiency
Yes.
Yes.
with? Okay.
But that's also why these fancy ass gloves here are going for 700.
Oh. That becomes an issue.
I'm sure we could barter.
Alright. You want to hear the next thing?
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Alright. Next, I have this thing here called the Ring of Jumping. I like this song so much. It's so good. Here we are. When you wear this ring, you can cast the jump spell. Essentially as a bonus action, if I was to call it that. But only you can do it though, but you can jump pretty high pretty quickly though with it. Though,
How
I
much
know
is that from you?
another 300 gold item. Yeah. But yeah, essentially with the Ring of Jumping though, like I said, has a bonus action though, and it's continuous as well too. You have to be wearing it. Alright, got 2 more things left. Here they are. First one right here is a Staff of the Adler. He pulls out this magic staff. Staffs page. That's that page again. Why isn't... Come on. Book work with me. It should be here. Stop that. Oh, here it is. See, with this staff right here, though, you can use a bonus action to speak the command word and make the head of the staff become that of a animate poisonous snake for a minute.
Oh,
So,
hell yeah.
yeah, you can make a melee attack using the snake head, and you know, and essentially though, when you hit someone with it, you take 1d6 piercing damage and must succeed on a con saving throw or take 3d6 poison damage.
That's this is out of character. That's
So
just
would
a weapon for Vimbian.
Our staff.
That's a wait, what'd you say, Viv?
Yeah, a weapon for Vimbian. Me, a snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will point out. I will point out though, you can attack this if you turn it into an actual snake and people attack it. It can be destroyed.
Oh.
But this bad boy right here goes for 500 gold.
So it's like Jafar's staff from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's an adder, not a cobra.
Yeah. And then
As an
the
aside,
yeah.
oh, go ahead. I didn't realize there was another one. Go ahead.
No, there was one more. The ever smoking bottle. Yeah, sorry.
Blaze it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Here we go. So this bottle has smoke kind of kept up in it. When you release, take out the stopper. A thick cloud of smoke pours out in a 60-foot radius. The whole cloud's area is heavily obscured, and each moment the bottle remains open and within the cloud, the radius will increase by 10 feet. Max 120 though. The cloud will persist as long as the bottle is open, and if you close the bottle, you will need to speak a command word, and it will take some time for the cloud to disperse, but overall, it does a pretty good job. This is only 300 gold too. Alright, so those are the 5 things. There are the potions as well too. 50 for a regular, 100 for a greater, and then potions of resistance are also just 100 a pop.
Yes. Okay. 2 things. I never got the info on that dexterity jacket that I got last time. So if you want to send that my way at some point, that'd be cool.
Oh wait, which item?
It was something that we found in the coffers at the end. Something that gave dexterity bonus or something.
Oh, I need, let me go through the list.
In the meantime, back at the other place, everyone else, we had got some other treasure, namely sandals, a smoking jacket, a comb, which I think Balthazar has.
Yes.
Hookah. Who has all of those things?
I have the
Oh, wait, I
hookah.
didn't know what I'm talking about. You have the hookah.
I have the amber headdress.
Okay. You have that. Good. Who has the sandals?
I thought that was you.
Guess I do.
Oh,
They have
Smoking jacket, so the comb,
I
we already
had-
have those off.
I have a valuable chalice, and I have a gold drow mask. I also have Glorndorn's tablets, the evil tablets that he had.
Right.
Oh yeah, you need someone who speaks Infernal to read those.
Also have a Maverick, maybe some good speaking Infernal.
no, I took the one, but then I gave it to Viv, so I don't have anything.
Right. I think that was it.
No, I gave you.
All
the-
I have in my
the
notes
thing.
is dexterity jacket. That's all I have. It was from the stuff that we got in the place where we needed the fist to open it up.
Oh yeah, then that is the cloak. Then that is a magical cloak.
Yeah, if you can send me the info on that later.
Okay, yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Cool.
The drow cloak, right?
Well, there were two
Yeah.
cloaks. There was a nice looking drow cloak, and then there was the actual magical cloak as well too.
I think that was the one of Elvenkind.
It was Elvenkind, and then the other one was I can't pronounce, I forget how to pronounce the word, but the drow one.
Yeah, I think I gave that to like Sword.
I thought it was Minerva because she's wearing like. Oh no, Minerva's wearing a nice
No.
robe that was found there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the one who got like the
was
magical
the
cloak, and then it was like I'm not going to
gray-
use this, so I gave it
There
to
was
either
some kind
Soren or to Vars.
Vars has the cloak. If
Yeah,
it
you
tells
gave me
me
the cloak of Albion.
Got it.
Yeah. And I traded you for the those eyes.
Yeah, so who has the Puafi? That was the cloak, the drow cloak.
I think
I'll
that
get it.
Minerva might still have that.
Okay. Alright. As long as we have all the magic items and Got it
Also, MJ, and I gave you the Debbie Gorgon statue. I traded you that
Oh,
for the.
yeah,
the stuff.
yeah. I didn't write that down.
All right, so maybe to figure out this money situation right now, who is going to sell what exactly, or try and
I would
barter
like
with?
what? Okay. Who wants to go first?
Okay. I would like the smoking jacket appraised.
Okay, so I gotta pull that up now.
I will be sad to get rid of my pimp jacket, but those gloves sound amazing.
So you go to a tailor. Because it is sewn with 50 gemstones in it, the nice smoking jacket is worth 500 gold pieces.
Let me double check something.
Yeah, no, this is royalty level jacket though, right here.
Sold.
Okay, you just sold
Family heirloom gone.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. All right. Was there anything else you're selling, Vars?
Actually, can I barter to make it 750?
With the guy buying the jacket?
Or the guy buying the jacket. Or not 750. 550. Because it was 5, right?
It was 500.
Yeah. Make it. Can we make it 550?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
I gotta remember where that button is.
All right, you lucky son of a bitch. You tell him very much how it is kind of a family heirloom, so he feels bad and gives you the extra 50.
Pleasure doing business with you. I'd like immediately to buy those gloves.
All right, do you have 750 on you? I mean 700 on you?
I do.
All right.
I now have 39 remaining.
All right. Let me now pull up the stats for Loaves of Thievery.
Must be nice to be rich.
You know I'm going to steal that jacket back, right? I basically can't miss a pickpocket thing like this, so...
Yeah, but people can still see
You're gonna
you.
pickpocket a
Yeah,
jacket.
how can you pickpocket jacket?
It'll
That's
be
funny.
fine.
He's sliding you off the shoulders.
Yep.
Do you have to
All right.
attune to the gloves?
He does have to attune. These are all attune. Like this is this is the other like.
They're all magical items.
And we're gonna be gone forever.
We are gonna be gone forever.
All right. Who is next?
This has been TPK scheduled for next session.
All right, Sorrin.
So, I have this valuable chalice and the gold drow mask that I'm willing to trade in somewhere.
Okay, let me just see where the chalice and that are.
I think that was all from the room where there was like all the chests were lined up.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. The chalice, silver chalice. It has 8 obsidian eyes in it, so that makes it worth 250 gold.
Okay.
The gold drow mask, though, when the pawn guys are praising it, he's actually like, "Sir, you say you're giving away this mask?"
It depends. What can you tell me about it?
Nothing but the history behind this thing, and made of pure gold as well too. I'll give you 700 for it.
There's like a long pause where I make it look like it's a really hard choice. How about 1,000?
Okay. Roll me persuasion.
I'm terrible at persuasion. Only -1. Ah!
He looks at you.
Well, I am a drow.
I'll give you 750 for it.
Priceless artifact. Sure.
All right, you get 750 from the gold mask and 250 from the chalice.
Sick.
All right.
I walk back into the Maverick shop. I look at Correth. I no longer need your 100 gold.
I didn't want to give it to you anyway.
Okay.
I plan on purchasing the... Hold on. Does anyone else want this Helm of Telepathy that I am attuned to? Because I haven't really found it useful. So, if not, I'm going to trade it.
Maverick looks at you and he's like, you know, I do buy magical items too. No, none of your party members want it.
And okay, I take it off.
Yeah, I'm good.
How much for it?
I'll give you 500.
Sold.
All right.
Jesus.
You know, that's a good, like, the Helm of Telepathy is a good item, but he just never uses it. So
Yeah.
Bye.
It's just not worth it.
And then
you can cast suggestion. You can literally cast suggestion with it. Never
let
mind.
me take this off my inventory.
Yeah, you lose it. Maverick owns it now. Maverick can do shit with it instead.
Okay, so now from here.
You were not stealing it right now, Vars.
No, I know I'm not. I was just testing.
So from here, I would like to buy the Ring of Jumping.
That's
That's a pretty
300
bad
gold.
roll when you look at it.
Yeah.
Right,
So the Ring of Jumping was how much?
300.
Okay. And then how much for the potions?
So regular healing potion is 50. Greater healing is 100. Resistance potions are 100, but they can be like whatever type you want.
It's 100.
Did he have anything else from last time we didn't buy that he still has?
Unfortunately, those items are now gone. It has been quite some time.
Fair.
Is-
He did.
Does he still have like a potion of water breathing?
I'll make a roll for that one, because I'll be nice to you, Balthazar. No, he does not.
Darn.
Okay, so I'll take. Let's see here. One moment.
Alright, let me send you the Ring of Jumping stats too.
Real quick, just while he's thinking, I'm gonna buy a ring of greater healing. Potion of greater healing.
Alright, that's
Should have enough to buy everyone a greater healing potion.
Alright. That is 100 gold, though, Balthazar. So mark that off. And remember, so yeah, greater is 4d4 plus 4, regular is 2d4 plus 2. Where is
So that
my
was
boy?
600 gold pieces on that one.
Oh,
Okay.
Did you buy potions too?
Yeah, I'm buying greater potions for everybody. Greater potion of healing. At least one.
You just did a whole round. Alright, but Balthazar has 2 because he bought one of his own as well.
Yes, I think that's good for me anyway.
Okay. Anybody else want to sell something, buy something?
How much is the hookah?
Oh, that's right, you have the hookah.
Mm-hmm.
While you're looking at the page, I have the amber headdress as well.
The amber headdress as well, alright.
With 3 amethysts inside.
Mm-hmm. Where was the... I have to like filter 2 different pages, so I apologize for taking a bit.
Go ahead.
Okay, when the 2 of you walk in and present those things, they're like, oh my god. The appraiser's like, I can only describe it as if a man could nut while looking at something. That's what he does.
Like in the fucking anime, the food anime, Food Wars.
Oh hell yeah, Food Wars.
He looks to you and he's like, ma'am, this hookah is made entirely of platinum and star sapphire. And you, sir, this headdress, it has, if you did not notice, these large purple pearls in them as well too. He basically offers you both 1,000 gold pieces for each.
Sure.
Wait, but does the hookah do anything?
No, it's
made out of platinum.
It's the material.
Smoke it out of it.
Yeah,
you
It's real good.
It's
extra temp HP or something.
No, it's okay, but it's basically a ridiculous luxury item, MJN, and like it looks super nice to have, but like I guess property wise doesn't offer much else. And you guys are going straight for money rather than just trying to like look like dapper out, I guess so.
Well, you say that, but he says it's 1,000, and I immediately put it on.
Okay, so you don't sell it.
I don't.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, Minerva, you get 1,000 gold from the hookah though.
Sweet.
Or it just has this dope ass headdress on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Can I
Completely swagged out.
can I go back to the jeweler and like see how much the beard comb costs or is worth?
The beard comb. He looks to you. This has 7 red garnets in it, sir. I can get you a nice 700 gold right there if you want me to.
700. Okay. Yes, I'll buy a cheaper beard comb with it. I didn't realize how pricey this is gonna be.
No, I literally said like the shit. Like you're basically selling a lot of like
Family
unfortunately,
heirlooms.
yeah, unfortunately, Kahuna, yeah, just like duergar royalty
Oh,
heirlooms and
natural.
items. Yeah, so.
I mean,
Hey, the king is dead, long live the king. Am I right? I said.
Yeah, long live the king.
Also, it gets us where we're going, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for you there, Avon.
What?
The laser pistol. Is that something I'm attuned to?
Yes.
I would like to sell it.
Okay, the only guy who would be interested in buying that would probably be Maverick. And he would just look to you, was like, what the fuck is this thing?
Doesn't it only have like a couple shots left?
It has 25 shots remaining.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm assuming he's been keeping track of that, but yeah.
I have. Yeah, it shoot real good. It does 3d6 plus 2 radiant. I say that in actual in real life.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
killed a good
it's
chunk
so
of people
cool.
with it.
Yeah, I killed a speaker with it. It was great.
That's right. You're literally selling him the murder weapon.
Yes, I am.
you're selling him the murder.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I like rub the fingerprints off of it.
Hold on.
You know, he was evil. It's fine.
He was evil. It's fine.
Okay, well,
Was
what do
he
I need to
evil
roll?
or
Sorry?
was he a dick? Maybe I'm forgetting.
What's the
no,
difference?
he was like the head of the whatchamacallit.
Alright, I
No,
Is that
okay.
persuasion, Abel?
Persuasion with disadvantage.
Easy.
Oh shit.
I'm amazed because he got an 18. I thought for sure you were gonna fucking fail this. He offers you 500 for it,
So,
even though it is a murder weapon. He's like, oh, I guess maybe I can
It's such a
like he was very hesitant at first, but then he's like, then again, as he just hands you the gold and takes it. As for you, MJ and Mercer, the head of the Zendarium was Nerith, not Froth. And you guys already killed Nerith back at Revel's End.
Yeah, I think Froth is just kind of a dick.
Whatever.
Alright.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He was in my way.
Anybody else doing something, buying something?
I would like to buy the Brooch of Shielding, if that's okay.
That is 300 gold, and then we send you those stats.
Sweet.
The sandals that we got, were they special in any way, or were they just straight up sandals?
Hold on, let me send this to Viv first. The sandals, they're made out of obsidian, so you could definitely sell them, but they weren't like magic sandals.
How much are they worth?
The guy appraising it looks to you. I'll give you 200 for them.
300, final offer.
Persuasion check. There we go. He looks to you. 200, sir. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It was 200.
Okay, there you go. That was what I was expecting, but... Alright, there. You sell the sandals for another 200 gold.
And how much are the greater healing potions?
Those are 100, but
100 each?
there's only one left. There was only going to be. I should have said at the beginning. There are only 8 in stock for regular and greater, and 7 of them have currently been bought. So.
Oh, I'll take I guess a greater and a lesser.
All right, so that's 150 for an extra greater and the regular.
Go ahead.
If Denver's still around, I'd like to find him and then. So, since you're not going with us, do you have any plans at the moment?
Oh wait, sorry. Is this Sorrin?
Correth.
Oh, Correth.
Wait, can I also be there? Because I want to talk to Denver anyway.
Yeah, that's why I was confused because I thought you were the one who said.
Alright.
Okay.
We'll both pull up.
Sorry to before this conversation concludes. No one else is buying anything else.
I think I'm good.
So much money.
I mean,
Unless I can get a better weapon, probably not.
You could go to the. Actually, they would have to craft it for you, so it would take time, and you're leaving tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Damn. Alright.
I mean, you can place an order for it, but that would be about it.
I plan on coming back.
How much is the staff
I
again?
don't know.
Staff of the Adder was 500.
Fuck it, I'll take it. Why not? Does it
Alright.
count as a simple weapon?
It's a staff, so yeah. I think it's like basically treated like a quarterstaff.
Sweet. Fuck yeah.
Alright, so put these stats into your thing though, when you know how to use Roll20 pretty well though, Viv, so we should be good on that front.
Yeah.
Alright, congratulations, Minerva finally got her 3 magical items.
True. After all this time.
Alright, I'm assuming shopping is done, so let me switch to music as you talk to Denver. He looks to you, the two of you. I guess if anything, I would probably just wait out here for my sister to return. I thought, after everything, she would just want to go back. Especially the incidents with what happened with Nas and Silas, but now, I guess now more than ever, she's determined to finish what she started, I guess.
I mean, I would be too.
But at the cost of your own life, though, Correth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll me a persuasion check. Correth with advantage, because I'll say Soren's helping you out. Alright, he kind of looks, he's like, I guess that does make sense. She wanted to be in the Brotherhood for quite some time and prove herself as a true wizard. Who knows, maybe if she pulls this off, she'll be given the rank of Archmage, but might I ask, do the two of you keep a close eye on her and keep her safe?
Why don't you come with? You can do it for yourself.
That's not for me, though. If I'm being honest, Soren, that's just not for me. This Island of Solstice, if anything, seems like a very dangerous place.
And our journey so far hasn't been dangerous?
I mean, in the 10 towns at least, though, at least we know where things were, where we could find civilization again. I don't even know what even to expect here on this island as well. Frankly, the worst I experienced was just being thrown in jail at Revel's End. That was really about it. if you'd like, I could do something for you while there's something you need me to do here in the 10 towns in the time being.
And that's why I wanted to talk to you.
Yes.
So, for a while now, I've been holding on to this, and since you're not doing anything at the moment, I present the Iron Golem Core, and I say, could you possibly go to where the goblins were shacking up Karkalok and activate the golem and bring him back, possibly?
He looks. If Sorrin is like, he's looking at Sorrin as if looking for approval if this is okay.
So I can't convince you to come with us, huh?
Let's just say I feel like I'd have a better time with goblins than with the unknown associates, but I'll stay in touch though, Sorrin. I'll keep you posted, and I'll make sure not to get myself arrested this time.
Better.
Yeah. He does say he will go to Carcaloa to activate the golem though, Correth.
So if you're gonna be just hanging around, I guess I'll find something for you to do too. So here's the remainder of my gold, which is 725 gold pieces.
Jesus. Alright.
I would like you to find something good to do with it. I trust in your judgment that you'll find some family to help or something.
Certainly, Sorrin. Certainly. And with that, he
Tell them it's a donation from the Black Raven Monastery.
will do.
Perfect.
Alright. But yeah, Denver this time, not gonna go with you. And he heads off. Says his goodbyes to all of you. But he's looking forward to seeing you all again when you come back with Vellynne. And now he's gotta go book passage to Carcaloa as well too. So he heads out. As for the rest of you, you all have a nice sleep. You've all need a long rest, and now you got it. And in the morning, with some giant lizard mounts courtesy of a certain king, you guys make your way to Sky Tower Shelter. Alright. So, it's about a 2-3 day journey. You make your way out of the Icewind Dale pretty quickly. Nothing too major happens as I try and speed this along a bit, but I will note, as you're traveling one day, you do see what appears to be an abandoned camp. The nomads, most likely, but no one seems to be around.
Well, I said we should investigate.
Yeah.
Alright. So as you all kind of come up to the camp, Vellynne and the kobolds kind of looking at you all a bit puzzingly. I'll say the two people who said they want to check it out, roll me investigation checks.
Sure.
Balthazar, nothing really seems to be important here, I guess. Vars, you notice torn up cloak, a little bit of blood on it. Appears to be wolf's fur.
Seems like there's been foul play here. Seems like maybe a wolf's got to this encampment.
Oh wait, shoot, that's right. None of you are native to Icewind Dale, so I can make you do the history check. I'll have Elaine roll for something as she hears you say that. Wisdom. Vellynne with a 19 looks to you. But it'd also just be a tribe of the wolf camp that just seems to have been abandoned.
Well, it could be. That would explain a lot, except for the blood. Not so much.
I see. Well, either way, whoever was here, whatever fight that was here, there was blood. If there's was bloodshed, they're long gone.
Indeed.
Come, let's get moving to the Sky Tower shelter. Alright. You guys keep moving. And on the third day, you actually do make it to the Sky Tower shelter. Another Goliath village, similar to your own Nayala. Now, generally Nayala, Goliaths of the shelter and Crag haven't always been on the best terms. And some look at you quizzically as, you know, you come in. But, they recognize Vellynne and some of the Goliaths there speaking in Giants. You understand Nayala saying, "Oh, Miss Harpell, good to see you, good to see you." And she's like, "Yes, yes, yes. Might we rest for a little bit, and get the griffins ready for the morning?" And he's like, "Oh, certainly." As you're all kind of coming in, parking your mounts, some Goliaths seem to be staring at you, Nayala.
In what way?
They're kind of like, roll me perception check. And if anyone else here speaks Giant, they can roll as well, too.
Where is
Giant.
it?
Yes. Okay. 17, you kind of hear, oh, is that a Wyrmdoom Crag Goliath? It's like, oh, I thought they were all gone or went crazy. I heard they're cannibals now. And they're all kind of just muttering to themselves as they're like, just talking about these rumors and whatnot as they look at you.
Let's give like a short wave, so they know that I can hear them.
As you do that, they all then proceed to kind of back off and walk away. Alright. If no one is doing anything else in Sky Tower shelter, you can all rest for the night. If you have any spells you want to prepare for certain people who prepare spells, do that now. Things you want to have set up and ready. Make sure all your HP is up to full. And if there's nobody has any questions to ask.
I should be attuned to my thing the next morning, correct?
Yes. Also, you've been traveling for a few days, so you would have been attuned to the magical items by now.
Okay. Before bed, I would like to try to steal the worst comb from Balthazar.
Wait. The worst comb? What?
Yeah, like you remember how you traded in the beard comb?
Yeah.
And you got
You want to steal my just regular beard comb?
Yep.
Alright. Roll me a sleight of hand, and Balthazar, you gotta roll me a perception.
Holy shit. That was a 7, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you easily, Balthazar has no clue that any of that happened.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick it in my beard and see how long it takes him to notice.
Alright, Balthazar, roll me one more perception check.
I do want to say that I do grooming in the morning, so I will probably figure it out at some point in the morning.
Okay, yeah, no, still, for at least the rest of the night, you have no, you don't even know it's gone, don't know where it's been. And in the morning, as you, it's only when you're about to groom your beard you realize it's gone.
Love it.
Do I have the idea that it might have been, Vars?
God, roll me... we'll just be quick,
Yeah, let's just say yes.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not trying to keep it, so...
I come out with, my beard, in a frizz. You guys have never seen my beard unkempt. I'm like, where the fuck is Vars?
Oh, I'm here, friend. Are you missing something? And I just kind of flick it in your direction.
I catch it and I go back in. Motherfucker.
I blow a kiss as you walk away.
Alright then. Following that.
Before we do head out, I did want to have a moment with the party.
Alright.
On a different note.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to sit us all down and say, okay, group. As you all may have noticed, and I glanced particularly at Correth, Sorrin and Nayala, who I've attacked viciously recently. I seem to be especially susceptible to mind control. And I don't remember a whole lot of what happened last week, but I do remember that I didn't seem to be the focus of attack, and I want to say right now, if the need arises, do not hesitate to take me down. You guys,
Okay.
I trust you to, if you see fit, bring me back or not. But if the mission calls for it and you need to kill me, kill me. I'd rather I die than everyone else die because you guys refuse to fight me back.
I
I'm
don't know
sure it
about
won't
killing you. We can definitely just, knock you out.
Whatever needs to happen. I just want to say, the same way that there doesn't seem to be hard feelings when I attack you, I will not take it personally if what needs to happen happens, okay?
Fair enough.
Understood.
Alright.
Roger that.
I appreciate it. I love you all. I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright. So, with that, y'all begin to get on a griffin, which if some of you don't know what a griffin looks like, let me show you. Here we are. As Vellynne kind of pipes up, alright, with these griffins, we take a full day flying out towards a sea of moving ice. We should be able to, get there relatively easily. Well, not easily, but let's make our way there without getting caught in the sea and a shipwreck or whatnot. And as you are kind of getting ready to get on, the kobolds are all riding a griffin on their own. One Goliath does come up to you though, Nayala. As he looks to you, Nayala. Tell me, miss, are you perhaps Goliath of Wyrmdoom Crag? And you're also muted, MJN. Alright, well fine, I see how it is. I felt bad for you and your people, and I wish you no ill will, but if you're not gonna talk to me, then I'm just gonna go.
MJ, are you there?
Doesn't look good, however.
Alright, fine then.
Rough.
Best of luck or whatever. Hope your people don't eat me as he walks away.
The cold shoulder, jeez.
So are these people giants or Goliaths?
They're Goliath. They're all Goliaths.
Okay, so they're like a sister tribe almost, right?
Yeah, they're a sister tribe to the Crag ones.
Okay.
But alright, nobody tell him Jan what happened.
Open hostilities. Just caused a war.
Alright. But following all of that, y'all begin to take flight on griffins. And head out.
I have a question.
Yes.
What exactly is the mechanics of Charlotte's on friend? Or I don't really get it from a mechanics standpoint.
Like in game or out of game?
What is it doing?
Okay. Chardayln is a material that has essentially a devilish or demonic presence to it, though. Mm-hmm. And the way it works is that you can craft weapons out of it. They can be pretty strong, but it also corrupts you. So that's why, you're essentially becoming an evil character while using it, wearing it, and whatnot, though. Mm-hmm. And essentially, what's been happening to Balthazar is that he fails his checks when dealing with chardayln. So it kind of corrupts him, and maybe possessing is also another type of word, but he's not being controlled by a thing. It's basically like Balthazar's evil now. He's gonna do evil things because things telling him to.
I've been controlled by an evil essence, but not like controlled yet.
Yeah. And the whole. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does it count as like a curse or no?
Kinda. I think I have an idea of what you're thinking though, Minerva, but you haven't had a chance to try it out yet though. So.
I'll think about it next time.
Yeah.
I
And
should have done it last time.
yeah.
BH. I was out of spell slots was the issue.
Yeah, maybe not. You'll find out next time. Well, and again, if Balthazar gets possessed by, not possessed, but corrupted by chardayln again, though, then you got a whole other bunch of issues. You have a bunch of other issues to be worrying about. And yeah, I will point out this can affect basically everybody except Correth for RP reasons. You've all just been very good at dealing with it, except for him.
Yeah, it's just bad rolls on my part.
It's bad rolls, but like it thematically, like it's good for the story.
Yeah,
it works so well.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've taken it so far.
Counts as being charmed, I can end it. I can pretty much not have that affect me anymore.
Yeah, but
if it counts as a charm, but we don't know, so we'll see.
But Balthazar's not you though, Cam. That's the issue. I wonder if MJN is back yet.
Probably not.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay, MJN, we're about to take off.
Okay.
All right. So,
Sounds good.
the Griffins take flights. As you guys are basically just flying through this cold air. Luckily, you're all bundled up and are kind of used to it. It's a bit of a funny sight, though, as you see, you look to the Griffin the kobolds are riding, and they're all kind of just holding on for, like, dear life. But they seem to be making the most of it. You hear Vellynne shout out, "Alright, I'll be up in front. I'll let you all know when we appear to be close to this Island of Solstice. Stay close by, alright?"
Yes, ma'am.
You got it.
Alright. So, in the course of what feels like the entire day, you guys fly through the air. At a certain point, you know, you stop seeing snowy ground, just seeing ice and water, essentially. But eventually, after quite some time, the fog through which you've been traveling thins enough for you to see 50-foot-high cliffs of solid ice ahead. Jutting out of the water off the coast are the bare, weather-beaten mass of sunken ships. Ahead, you can make out what appears to be a partially shattered dock, carved out of ice. And as you get closer, it becomes obvious the dock was made for giants. I'll take you to this map now. Bottom right, you can see a point. This isn't the reason I don't have your tokens on this map, because this is basically just another big-ass map. I'll just basically show to you all what you're kind of seeing right now, or like what you kind of come across. You land in this kind of dock area, and here's a few things you can note about just being here to begin with. One, it's a lot colder than it was back in in the 10 towns. Definitely a lot more. And two, there's a lot of fog that kind of just surrounds this area. And as you land after this day, Vellynne looks to you all. Alright then. Well, we can chill here, I guess, by a shipwreck, or we can get moving. I have one spell, though, that could be quite used to us should we decide to make camp, though. How does that all sound to you?
What's
Sounds
the spell?
good. What's the spell?
It's Leomin's, make sure I'm reading this properly. Leomin's tiny hut. I can make a small hut that would fit us all in. But unfortunately for our kobold compatriots here, as they hear him pipe up, "Don't worry, Miss Vellynne, we'll stay here and make sure the griffins don't fly away," as they all kind of... The griffins are both A, very tired, and B, very cold. That way you guys have a way to get out once you're wrapped up with your business here. Excellent. Alright, the kobolds have the griffins. For the rest of you, are you ready to explore this Island of Solstice?
Yeah.
Of course.
I want to pet my griffin as we go away.
Alright, roll me
I
an
made a
animal,
bond with him.
animal handling, Balthazar.
I've tried to make a bond with him. That's the better way. Okay.
He doesn't like brush you aside, but he's just kind of he doesn't show emotion one way or the other.
All right.
Okay.
I am heartbroken, but okay.
I don't know why, but I pictured it more green.
What?
I don't know why, but I pictured it more green. You know, like we would get here, and this is where they, they live, so it wouldn't be frozen over. I don't know why.
I feel like she likes it cold. I feel like that's...
Yeah, no, it makes
like
sense
Arl.
now that we're here, yeah.
I feel like the cold never bothered her anyway.
Get out.
All right.
Nice.
Moving on.
Strong.
You guys spend this time marching through the snow. You're all kind of like huddled up. You have a rope attached to like it's not like tied up to you, but you're all kind of holding onto a rope so everybody still stays together. It's very cold. Of course, we're in like August right now, so none of you are actually feeling cold right now. But imagine if it was actual winter, like I'd turn the AC on right now. As you guys move on up ahead, you see that you can head north or head south though. Vellynne kind of looks to you all. What do you all think? Shall we head north or head south? I guess we could suppose to stay on the coastline, but all I see there are crashed ships.
I'd say
Have any of
north.
us seen a map of this area?
No, it's like it's so fogged up that you're having trouble. That's why I'm only revealing parts to you at a time.
Uh-huh.
I'd say north.
Okay, north, yeah.
I would say that as well.
Alright. So you guys begin to journey north. After about an hour or so, can I have you all roll me a perception check? By the way, was I supposed to show you that one? That one. Not
Did you
that.
say everyone?
Sorry, I'm trying to remember if there's something I was supposed to show you or not, but it doesn't appear to be. Alright, perception checks though.
Sorry.
Balthazar
There it is.
season. Yeah. Balthazar, Correth, you can see a bit through the fog here. There seems to be something a bit out to the west. But you notice Balthazar, Correth. There appear to be caves of sorts up there, and something kind of like can't really make it out, but there seems to be some other stuff kind of out there.
Let's see. Do I see a way up at the moment?
I mean, way up is just climbing the snowy mountains.
Climbing.
Yeah.
I suggest to the group that we do that.
Alright. Does anybody disagree?
No.
That's good.
Also, Avon, just so you know, I've already summoned my imp. By
Okay.
the way.
Sounds good. Alright. About 30 minutes go by as you trek your way through the snow towards these caves. I'll have Correth and Balthazar roll again because they were the only ones who could have spotted this.
Perception again?
Yeah. Correth, you don't see it, but Balthazar, you do note that up above these caves, like higher up, appears to be a structure of sorts.
Have I seen this structure before?
No.
When I was banished by
No.
Avarice? Okay. It's not that one? Alright.
Yeah, I know that. I know what you're referring to, and that's not it.
And it's like up atop the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
This thing? Okay.
And
Yeah. I was just gonna say, there's a structure up top. I feel like that's where we're going.
And I have everybody who wasn't Correth and Balthazar roll me perception.
I hate.
Oh.
Alright, Sorrin.
Thank
You're
goodness.
you're the only one who sees this, as you see something moving in that cave. Something with thick white fur appears to be munching on something as it goes back inside.
I swear to God, if we have to fight a Yeti.
So, something big and white moving around inside that cave.
Can I have my imp go and investigate it while being invisible?
Alright, sure. Roll me a stealth check for your amp as it heads towards those caves.
Okay. It's got a +5 by the way.
Alright. So no?
7.
That's 17. Let me see. Oh, he's invisible. Roll again because he's invisible, because he has advantage.
Ah, that's,
Would be modified 20?
yeah, modified 20.
Alright. They don't notice him. Your Yeti pipes up. You hear in your head, boss, I don't know what to tell you, but there appear to be Yetis living in these caves.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Ask how many.
How many of them?
Alright. After about a minute, you hear back, about 7 of them, boss.
It's about 7 Yeti. Oh,
We should pass.
Yeah, Vellynne kind of like, shh, that structure. Wait, what if this whole mountain is pretty big? There's gotta be another way we can get up there. I guess it's a question of, do we try and encircle the area a bit more north or to the south, though? And to stay along the mountain lining until we don't have to deal with the Yetis.
Yeah, I would rather avoid fighting 7 Yetis. While we're about to go fight a giant bird.
Yeah, I'd say we keep going north.
Alright, anybody disagree?
Sounds good to me.
Alright. You guys spend another hour basically chilling by the cliffside, or not the cliffside, but the mountainside as you make your way across. I will note, at a certain point, you pass by this lovely little area. I think, oh, this was the hand that I wanted to show you, but of course it's the one I forgot that. Called...
Stonehenge. I've always wanted to visit here.
Not exactly. Not that one. Shit. Oh, I know what it's called.
Icehenge, just the place I always wanted to be.
Here we are.
Ooh,
Through the glowing
nice.
snow,
That's beautiful.
you see a grand assembly of ice sculptures across a snowy field at the foot of the mountain in the center of the island. Closer examination reveals that the sculptures are completely faithful to their subjects. Bears, elk, saber-toothed tigers, wolves, yeti, gremmerhazes, white dragons, and other creatures of the north. No mortal hand could create such wondrous works.
Edward Scissorhands has been here.
Alright, yeah. You guys walk into this area of ice sculptures, but I'm assuming you quickly move on by.
I do stop to admire them.
Alright.
Can I look around for anything interesting?
Uh,
Investigate around?
Can I roll to admire?
you already admire it, Balthazar. Roll me a investigation check, Minerva. 20. Yeah, these statues are very much just as if the animal itself was just turned to ice, though. But other than that, there's nothing really of value or anything here, though.
Cool. Pretty.
Alright. As you guys basically get to the top point up here, you hear Vellynne call, an entrance still isn't capable here. I guess we'll have to if we continue to go north, we're going to reach the coastline. So I guess if we're going to keep circling this mountain, we'll have to scale back around south.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep by the mountain.
Alright.
That's
Alright, you guys continue to do so. Passing by more statues. Along the way, though, can I have you all make me perception checks again?
yeah.
So I keep rolling that 20.
Oh, you do.
On
keep
the other
sadly
side,
rolling that 20s
unfortunately.
On the other side.
Alright. Let me pull out this. Alright, I want to make sure I'm reading this right. Do-do-do. Let's see. Alright, so. Oh, oops, that's the arrow one, not the reveal one. You get to a point where Minerva, Vars, Correth, and Sorrin. So a 10-foot wall of ice is broken down in a few places, leaving gaps through which you can see what appears to be a huge garden of ice sculptures. So another sculpture area, but Correth and Sorrin, you guys hear something like rustling over there.
Perhaps we should investigate.
Yeah, I'll give it a peek.
Alright.
Okay.
Are you walking right up, or are you going to try and be stealthy about it?
Stealthy.
Stealth.
Alright, who's going up? Alright.
I can also.
No thanks.
I have advantage, by the way.
Perfect.
I have disadvantage and I've been rolling like shit, so.
I've got a +3.
It's forever.
No.
Am I also
Love
rolling?
that.
Well, no,
doesn't matter.
if you're going up to the ice wall, you're rolling stealth. If you're not like Nayala, you stay back and don't roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back, I think.
Okay.
Love that. Love that. Nat 1 with my Latin 20 right there.
All right.
Y'all need to roll
Yeah, I
that.
rolled that earlier.
Luckily, group check wise, you all pass. As even though Minerva trips and falls, you guys, the Sorrin, Correth, and Vars quickly pick her up, and as you guys get to the side of the wall, you see this thing right here. Where is... Here he is.
Ooh, big boy.
This furry, icy troll appears to be eating some... like eating in this kind of walled-off area.
I'll just say really quietly, he looks friendly.
Yep, and he has not noticed any of you.
Should we like ambush him?
I say we just move on.
You think we should just?
Yeah, if we don't have a reason to fight, I think we should.
Yeah.
Alright.
Save our strength.
Alright, do you inform that to the rest of them?
Yeah, we head back.
Alright, Vellynne agrees with you guys, and now can Nayala, Balthazar, roll me stealth, and I'll roll for Vellynne.
I was abstaining because I'm bad at stealth.
Well,
the zero.
Luckily for all of you, Vellynne passed. So overall, group check wise, you all get through. Even though Minerva, Balthazar, and Nayala are very much not doing the best, but this guy seems to be too busy eating as you all make your way down once more.
He's slurping.
Yeah, he a hungry boy.
What's he
He's
eating?
hungry though.
It appears to be frozen. Actually, you wouldn't even know. You didn't see it.
Pork sickle.
Ah, get fucked.
Yeah. But eventually, as you guys circle your way down there, continuing across, can I have everybody make me perception checks one more time?
Oof.
Perception.
Love to
Yep.
see.
Correth and Balthazar really hit it home for us.
Yeah.
Alright. Balthazar and Correth, you notice something moving through the snow as you get to here, as it's starting to get a little bit late. It appears to be a small animal of sorts. You recognize it, Balthazar, because you've seen one come out of a bag of tricks before. It's a little white weasel.
Weasel!
We.
You call out to it?
No, I don't think I do. I do approach it though.
Alright. It sees you approach, and rather than running away, it kind of gets up and like waves a little paw at you.
Oh.
A son.
Hey there.
A
Yeah,
baby
it's like-
boy.
It's like, as he seems to be trying to, like, he's pointing in a direction.
I look in that direction.
Alright, it's further down south, but he begins to start heading that way. Do you follow him?
I'm following this weasel. I
Alright.
trust this weasel with my life.
You're fucking gonna be betrayed by a weasel.
As
If I'm betrayed by a weasel, that's on me.
who follows Balthazar? Or
Guys, weasel.
We can't let him go alone.
I follow.
alright, everybody.
I will follow in the shadows.
Okay, everybody follows Vellynne too. Is just kind of like, what's going on here? But you essentially get to like kind of the near one of like kind of the edges of the mountain, Balthazar, as you see. Let me find a handout for this for you.
The last time we followed something, it turned out good.
You see the weasel stop and point at what appears to be this hand sticking out. This is what you see as it stops and looks to you.
Aw.
Half buried in the snow near the edge of a bluff is a humanoid corpse clad in cold weather clothing. Clutched in one of its hands is an orb made of smoky gray quartz. The white weasel bursts from the snow near the corpse and stares at you with its beady eyes. As you hear in your head, Balthazar, a voice that rings out. Egads, I was afraid no one would find us. And the sound's not coming from the weasel, but from the orb.
Hello.
Do we all hear this, or just Balthazar?
Just Balthazar for right now, because he comes up first.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh,
Are you okay? This seems facetious, but are you okay?
I've been stuck here for quite some time, and would you kindly get me out, young man?
Are you the orb or are you the person? Just real quick.
Oh, this
Who am I helping?
this fine lady right here is no more. I am the orb, sir. Professor Scans, in fact.
Professor I take the orb.
Alright.
Fully, I don't do any arcana checks or anything. I just take the orb.
As you grab the orb, as you pull it out, you hear this kind of loud shrieking, "No!" Can you make me a charisma saving throw, Balthazar?
God fucking damn it. Can I do this? I'm gonna use my,
Yes,
No.
you can use...
my Shades of Chaos.
Yeah. Alright, give me 20.
Oh my god.
Easy.
Alright. As you grab it, you hear that shrieking no as this ghostly woman jumps into you, but you're so sick of this shit, you're like, fuck this, as you just expel her out, though. As you all come up, as you see Balthazar holding the orb, as Elaine's coming up saying, "The Professor Orb! You found it, Balthazar!" Oh, I guess your dad,
What I find?
the thing that was stolen from me by none other than, as you see the ghostly woman there. Nass Lantomir. Let me
Oh shit.
pull out the music. She looks down, staring at all of you. "Give that back, half-orc. You wouldn't believe the trouble I..." But then she stops and looks. "Oh, Vellynne Harpell. Is this
I think
another
I
one?
would believe the trouble.
Is this another one of your servants? Careful, Nass. He's the son of a very important person, and he's been assigned as my guard. So, unless you want to get a great sword to the face, but then again, you don't really have much of a face anymore now, do you?" As she kind of as you hear Nass kind of pipe up, "Oh, shut the fuck up, Lane." She's just kind of still, yeah. As you all hear the orb speak now. "Well, frankly, I don't care who holds me, but I would just rather not be trapped here forever." As Vellynne walks up to you, "Balthazar, would you kindly give that back to me, please? It belonged to me."
Yeah, be careful with it. This fucking lady tried to possess me again.
Professor Scant, he's cool. As for Nast here, though, might I ask what happened to you, Nass? And she's like, "I'm not gonna tell you anything, Vellynne. All I know is I'll be happy to know that you'll probably be joining me in the same form soon enough. You're trapped on the Island of Solstice."
We're not trapped. We
yeah,
have a way out.
trapped is pretty small. Strong word.
Well, I guess, I don't know, my assumption is that Miss Harpell here hired you all to help her find something up at the Castle Grimscale. As you guys all kind of look behind. You can now see the full picture of what this whole thing, the structure is, though. This spooky,
wow.
yeah. And what if they are, Ness? What if they are? All I know is you'll fail. Because there's only one person I know who can truly end this everlasting rhyme. It isn't you, Vellynne. It's Silas. Oh, you mean your little platinum friend? If he was here to end the rhyme, why hasn't he done it already? Oh, he's just busy, that's all. And she's just kind of sitting there floating, looking at you all.
Busy
But
with
Silas.
what and also where?
Okay, who spoke first? Sorry.
I'm asking what Silas busy with and where is he?
Yeah, I'll back that up. But I'll step
Yeah.
more forward, like towards Nas.
Go for it.
Why, if I had to guess, he's probably at Grimscale, working on ending the rhyme. Though, I suppose it's been a few days, weeks, honestly I'm not too sure. It's been, kind of lose track of time when you're a ghost. Do you actually have a Black Raven symbol on you though, Sorrin? Like, do you wear it?
It's on the. I have the talisman that I wear around my neck, and it's also on the winter jacket that I wear.
Ah. And she looks at you, Sorrin, and is like, oh, another Black Raven monk. Huh. Tell me, are you too a follower of Silas?
Yes.
Well,
Again.
if you're a follower of Silas, perhaps you could help me out by getting that orb off of Miss Harpell there.
I kind of shoot Vellynne this like look, and then I look back to Nas. Not that much of a follower.
Well, she kind of scowls at you. Typical. Silas was the only one who knew that what needed to be done to end the rhyme. What I showed him. That's why he'll be the one who finishes this.
But then why did he leave you here like this?
Oh, young elf, that's a sad, tragic story. Where you see, we came by boat a while back after our last attempt to end the rhyme failed. But we crash landed and, I unfortunately landed in the water, freezing. Him too as well. As we made our way across this land, we knew we needed to get to Grimscale then and fast. But unfortunately, my exhaustion was too much, and I wished him the best, as I knew to tell him to leave me behind so he could go end the rhyme. I showed him that this would have needed to be done, and he did so. As she kind of
Can I insight check a ghost?
Sure. Yeah, you definitely can.
Okay.
19.
Ghosts
all
still
right.
have like body language. It's
Yeah.
just secret.
All right. You beat her. There is some truth to this. But there's also some parts she's leaving out as well too.
Okay. So, you don't mind telling us how you plan on ending this rhyme?
That's
Or
simple.
what are we gonna expect when we get up there?
Why, that's simple, Drow. Where you see, Silas went there to challenge Arl and take her down. It's that simple. If you want to end the rhyme, that's the best way to do it. You could kill her little pet rock, but who knows, she'll probably find some other beast of burden to carry her to cast her spells sometime soon. Her and her followers would start work on that. But I knew Silas would be the only one who could potentially pull it off.
So in his in his exhausted state,
He's
he went
fighting a
up there
god.
to challenge Arl.
I mean, he was the head of the Black Raven monks. Anybody can do it. It can be him.
Who's this person you keep talking about?
Sorrin?
Silas was my mentor at the monastery, and a rather important person to me, and also to many other people in the monastery. Well-accomplished warrior. However, I fear that in this exhausted state, I don't think he's able to fight a god.
Then you lack faith in your teacher, Sorrin. Because
I don't lack faith. I'm just a realist.
She kind of scoffs at that. Well then, realist, I'll just say this. Silas knew what needed to be done, especially when it came to dealing with certain individuals like this one, as she kind of looks to Vellynne. Through my divination, I showed him why he needed to come here, why he was the one who could do the job. He accepted that burden and came here with me to do it.
So, by your control?
No, I don't have that type of magic, my friend. Divination is a different sort of magic. But he saw reason, I'll just say that. You can roll an insight if you want.
Okay.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
At this point, Vellynne's like, enough.
Well,
Leave
we'll be
the
leaving
ghost.
you here now.
Yeah. But as she kind of like, Mr. As she kind of ponders for a minute, Vas Dagun. That is your name, isn't it?
I stop and turn around.
He spoke
Yes.
well of you. And you're as good of a person as he said you were. Then, when you get out of Grimscale, defeated Arl with Silas. Can you at least let me see him one last time?
Perhaps. And I walk away.
Alright, roll me an insight on that. As,
They just get worse.
yeah, you can't make anything of this as you just continue your pathway up towards Grimscale.
Before we leave, can I try and coax the weasel to come with us?
You can try it, but unfortunately it is tied to Nasa's spirit. I'll just tell you right now so you don't spend a bunch of time trying to do it.
Poor thing, it's just stuck here.
I mean, he'll survive. Nas clearly didn't.
How long does a familiar survive without his master? I don't know.
I
Well,
guess that's...
some familiars are weird. They're like soul linked or whatever. Some of them are just.
I guess
kind of
the
familiar.
soul is still around, so I guess that makes sense.
Alright. So, rising before you is a 600-foot tall mountain of glacial ice, its peak carved to resemble a gigantic skull wearing a crown. Weaving up the mountain's southern slope are enormous stairs hewn from the ice. These steps, which extend from the base of the mountain to the base of the fortress, were clearly made for giants. You guys all begin to make a trek up there as... Hold on, let me just see. As at a certain point, though, actually, let me show you first. This is what Grimscale looks like directly. It's actually pretty cool looking.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. And as you guys are basically climbing these giant steps, taking your time to make sure nobody slips or fall, at a certain point you hear the sounds of a caca, caca, as you all see flying up from Grimscale out across Icewind Dale. What is this?
They're birds. Okay.
As you all kind of like hide back a bit and then kind of peek up. Well, I guess we'll have a little bit of time to explore before she gets back. Come along then, everybody. Alright. Going to change the map now.
Yay!
Here you are with your actual tokens.
Yay! Ooh, big map.
Oh,
Alright, oh
boy,
yes.
so small.
Yeah, because you guys, this is like made for giants, that's why like all the squares are like super small and everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, small.
Yep. Like I said, this place was clearly made for giants. The steps end in front of a double door made from slabs of ice with dragon skulls and bones embedded in them. Carved into the lintel is a single word in the dwarvish script. You guys look as you come across the front of this doorstep here. The words Rimscale written across. What, can you not move?
I can't. I just
Okay. Alright. So you come across these big stone, these big ice doors though.
Balthazar, do your thing.
This might be too big for just me, but I'll give it a shot.
Athletics check, Balthazar.
Athletics.
12. Unfortunately, with a 12, you're like pushing them. They're beginning to slide open, but like you have to like take a break because this is quite a lot for you.
Nayala, I might need a.
A lot of
I
help,
might need a
yeah.
hand.
All right. So you both want to roll together, or does somebody want to give the other advantage?
What is your athletics?
Athletics +6. So I'll give you advantage.
All right. Balthazar, roll again with advantage. As now, with a 21 this time, the two of you are able to shove the doors open. As you start to enter this giant-sized ice fortress. It's quite dark in here, but torches are lined up to kind of light the area up.
Or are they like blue fire?
You know what? Yes, because that's cool. Alright. You notice there's a hallway goes this way and a set of doors right here.
I'll check down the hallway.
Okay. So this is what you see. If anyone's trying to open the door in front of you, though, just athletics check as before.
Yes, I'll do that.
I'll try to open the door.
Alright, Balthazar, roll again with advantage. With 21 again, Balthazar is able to open the door up ahead. This long rectangular room is strewn with pieces of rotting wood and rusted metal. Remnants of giant weapons and weapon racks. A rusted out helmet sized for a giant lies near the back wall. It's a room of old giant gear, but it all appears to be rusted out and ruined.
I'll head down the hallway.
Alright. Thorin begins to make his... Yeah?
Sorry, I was gonna go to this door, have my imp transform into a spider and crawl underneath the door and I see through its eyes.
Alright, you see through. Sitting on a withered old frost giant leaning heavily on a great axe sits in front of a tall door in the far wall. The giant's wooden stool upon which he sits creaks under his weight as he stares at you with ignore that last part. But like, boss, it appears to be a giant in here. Like, really giant. Gianter than you.
What?
Like you see it too, Minerva.
Yeah, I do see it. I'm like, thinking. There's a big man in here. A big man. Tall, big man.
Everybody kind of like Vellynne kind of looks at you puzzlingly, like
a giant. I'm trying to just say words. I'm saying words in a different way, and no one understands.
All right.
I understand. It's just why. Okay.
Is there anything other than the giant in there?
Are you gonna have him explore the entire room?
Yeah, sure. He's just a little spider. He's also invisible.
All right. Assuming you give him the time to do this, so like 5 minutes. Boss, not much in here, but there's a closet back here. Has some nice looking things in it, though. jugs, some gold, rings, giant rings too.
There's some cool stuff behind the junk there.
Well, time to murder.
Do we need more cool stuff?
Vellynne just kind of.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we should kind of stay on. We don't know how much time we have until they come back.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be better to just like set a trap or something.
We can do it on the way out.
What are
Let me
these
see.
doors made of?
Like literally ice.
Perfect. Does anyone have fire magic?
Yeah.
Can we try to like seal the door?
Yeah, I'll use some fire bolts for that.
All right. Let me read. Think about the doors. Okay. Roll me your little fire bolt. That's a natural 20.
Shit. Alright.
Alright. You begin firebolting the door as part of it begins to dissolve from where you hit it with that 10 damage. You hear from the spider in there, Minerva, like the giant kind of lifts his head up like, what? Well, actually, you don't understand the language he's speaking because he's speaking giant. But he stands up from his stool and begins to go to the door.
I'll then, with the water that just forms from the firebolt, I'll cast Ray of Frost to freeze it.
Okay, roll. 19 will hit. Because you literally, like, equaled the damage, he gets up, he notices, like, the door just kind of refreezes and, like, it turns back to normal. He's like, huh, and he sits back down in his stool.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Vellynne just kind of, like, she looks to you, Balthazar. Balthazar. Yeah, I don't know if what we're looking for is in there, though. Should we probably keep moving?
Yeah, that feels like just some expensive, nice junk that, I don't know. I don't want to bother that old man.
Yeah.
We'll do it on the way out.
Yeah, if need be.
If we
We'll
decide.
see how it is.
Alright. Okay, so I'll point out, going out to your left. You hear the sounds of clattering to your left and some snickering up to the north as you come across another door here, Balthazar.
Should I try the door, guys?
If you want, or I can just have my friend go in again. It's up to you.
Let's give it a peek-see.
Okay. I have him go in again, and I take a look-see with
Alright.
my...
Frost covers a bloated trestle table that stands amid rotting barrels and casks in the middle of what used to be a kitchen. Storage racks along the walls have collapsed into piles of rotted timber along with the jugs, tankards, and drinking horns that once rested on them. A roasting spit lined with icicles is mounted above a 10-foot diameter iron brazier, coated with rime and situated near the back wall. Your imp calls out to you, "Boss, appears to be an abandoned kitchen, and quite a ruined one at that, too."
Cool. Seems good. I think we're fine. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I feel like an abandoned kitchen is the worst abandoned room.
Alright. As you walk in there, Balthazar,
Yeah.
you see... Wait, sorry, I'm trying to do the reveal thing, but I keep...
Yeah, if
forgetting
there's
how
like a
long.
corner to hide behind, like I won't just walk out. Okay,
you-
there's not a corner to hide behind.
Yeah. As, well, let me first read out to you. In the middle of this immense hall stands a 30-foot long, 10-foot wide, 10-foot high dining table covered from ice and surrounded by a dozen blocks of ice that once served as chairs. Wooden braces along the west wall hold a pair of 14-foot long bugles made from hollowed-out mammoth tusks. An ascending staircase of ice in the southwest corner has mist rolling down it.
Ooh, like Dark Souls.
And as you kind of are coming up here, you see 3 humanoids chilling at the table as they look down at you. Hello.
Hi.
Hmm.
What are you? I mean, I guess I'm the intruder. What are you all doing here?
Why, this is where we relax and chill. Oh, tell me, are you another traveler here? Seeking to prove himself worthy to meet Arl?
Yes, that is what I am.
Oh,
No one else come out. I'm gonna message, because I do have that spell, just real quick behind my back. I'm gonna message, no one else come out here yet.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be nice, and say, well, you, like, when everyone pipes up, well, you silly goose, you don't do that here. You gotta go downstairs down that way. Ukuma should will tell you how to take the tests and everything, so you can prove yourself worthy.
Sorry, what was the name of that person?
Ukuma.
Akuma? Alright. And, just because it feels like that this is where Arl is, what's up those, misty stairs over there?
Why, that's where we have a nice time and relax with Arl. But of course, only those worthy, or someone who is worthy and will vouch for you, will let you go up there.
Can I, from behind the, like hiding behind the thing, can I make an insight check on what they're saying?
Sure. Roll me an insight check. 16? Seem to be telling the truth. Seems to be where, you know, people who are trusted to be here kind of go up. Someone who's proven themselves worthy.
Alright.
Out of curiosity, and I guess Akuma would be the one, might be the one to clue me in. What tests are we talking?
I mean, they're just simple tests to see if you can understand the ways of winter. You know, nothing too hard. I mean, a while back, someone else did them before.
Puzzle?
Who is the one who? The one who did them before? Did he pass? Did they pass?
They all kind of look to each other and start snickering. All right, enough of that. As they get down from the table and, well, we'll show you the way to get downstairs.
Sounds good.
They snap their fingers as you look behind as a giant wall of ice comes up and blocks the staircase.
Oh.
And
snazzy.
As they come up this way, they look and they see all of you. Oh, you didn't tell
Clearly
me.
not ready to fight.
Yeah. Come along. Are y'all here too to
okay.
prove yourselves worthy of Arl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Like that.
Alright. And as they come up this way, you guys notice in here is a staircase where these ice methods are currently perching. They're all kind of snickering to themselves as they look at you all come in. Sorrin, as you look at this downward staircase, you feel something pull at you, as if you kind of want to go down.
Oh.
Like, it's strange, like as if someone was like pulling you to go down, but you don't know what.
Okay, I'll walk towards the hole.
Alright.
I'm
Are
saying
y'all-
because I just want to go down naturally. I don't think I realized that he's.
I just want to take a little peek.
Yeah, it's a downward staircase made entirely out of ice.
But it is a staircase.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. You all going down?
I'm going down.
Sure.
Alright,
Why not?
I'm assuming you're going down too.
Yeah.
Vellynne kind of just playing along with this is like, alright. Can you all make me
This
acrobat?
is how it usually goes, Elaine.
Yeah. Can you all make me acrobatics checks as you try to climb down a set of ice stairs?
Hell yeah, I'm great at that.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
I'm doing cartwheels down this bitch.
Alright. Holy oh wait, someone's missing. Nayala's missing.
Yeah, that seems normal.
Nayala?
Sorry, I'm being yelled at.
Oh, fair. Glad.
Acrobatics, not. Everybody but Nayala passes. Now, as you're trying to get down these stairs, you slip, and you go, ow! And then ow is your... Yeah?
Wait, can I try and save her, like try and pull her back up with my telepathy?
You get to try this once.
Hell
How does that work again?
I don't. I get to pull her in a direction.
All right. Do you resist Nayala, or do you what's happened? MJN Mercer, you gotta tell me now.
I don't think she's resisting.
Okay.
I'll resist. No, I won't resist.
Okay. And as Nayala's falling, she is saved by Minerva and doesn't take any bludgeoning damage. You hear the methods audibly groan like "ah" as yeah. All right. If you all would go to the center right of the map, as I will reveal this whole.
So big.
Yeah, this is a very big map.
I love this map because it's so big. Alright. Center right there.
Alright, this is like it's
Oh shit.
This design is so complicated to reveal, but here we go. Okay.
Ooh, cool.
The staircase descends into a vaulted chamber. A 9-foot-high railing of sculpted ice hugs the staircase as it descends to the chamber floor, which, like the stairs, is smooth and gleaming. A walrus as big as an elephant is having a grand old time rolling and sliding on the ice, paying you little heed. But as they kind of stop, they all look, Akuma! Company! As the walrus stops sliding and he kind of slides up to you all. Arf! Arf! Welcome, travelers! Have you come all to prove yourselves worthy of meeting Arl and getting her blessing?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Others have come before.
Here.
Yeah. Others have come before. Some have passed, some have failed. But if you pass, you get powers beyond your belief. So that you can help control ice and use ice magic. Be resistant to the cool weather. But should you fail, then let's just say you'll be stuck here in Grimscale for quite some time.
What did you mean by that?
Well, let's just say if you don't pass, you don't get to meet Arl, and then you gotta leave. Of course, and then one of them pipes up. Of course, you could be like other annoyances, pass the test, but piss everybody off and get kicked off. Like that one fellow. What was his name? Oh yeah, I remember that. That gloomy guy wanted some dude dead back in Icewind Dale. You guys all know. It was Kaltra.
Yeah. Culture. That's
Not who I was thinking.
that's how it.
Yeah.
I see.
Anyways, as the walrus begins sliding, you reach a door, you will find the test to take. And should you be able to successfully pass it, you will get yourself one step closer to reaching the promised, reaching a certain area you would wish to go. As you see Vellynne kind of just, her eyes kind of darting as she kind of begins to move up this way. This area up here. Balthazar. She also calls out to Balthazar too.
Yeah, I follow.
I sense it, Balthazar. But me and your dad want, as you see her casting detect magic on her, down that hallway is what I need.
The book?
I believe so. As the walrus then kind of comes sliding back up. Oh, I'm sorry though, but that area is only restricted to people who pass the test, of course. Or of course, unless someone who's passed already vouches for them. You vouch for these guys, you three? As the Frost Druids shake their heads. Nah, we just met them, so probably not.
Come on, we're friends. These guys are my buds.
Nah, they kind of all look at you, kind of like confused, and like, why are you saying that? But
I thought we made a good bond upstairs, but okay.
yeah. Though if you want, if you head to the north, that's the tomb of, what's her name? I don't know, the giant queen who used to live here. Vasaviken, that's her name, yes. Of course, she has guards guarding her tomb, so if you're gonna go tomb robbing, you can always go north. I won't stop you. But these doors won't open for someone who doesn't pass these tests.
So we have to go through these doors to.
Yeah, but he's saying, but he's saying back here where the codicil is.
That is where we have to. After we pass the test, we go there.
Yeah, he says up north. There's also a frost giant queen's tomb up here if you want to go deal with that. But
the frost.
So are we doing these all as a group, or can we split up?
I'll be in game. I will tell you out of character. These things are designed for you to do them in groups. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Vellynne will very much stay here and like keep an eye on things though. Make sure like also to alert you guys if like Arl does come back though, but she will not be joining you. All right, Correth walks to a door right here.
Yeah,
Are these doors marked at all?
The walls of this oddly shaped room are etched with elaborate panoramas of winter scenes. Since the back wall is a door inscribed with a large snowflake. A single word is carved into it. Let me reveal the area for you. You can all make yourself in as you come across yet another door right here. The word on this door is marked Endurance.
Oh boy.
Yeah. As you come up here though, Sorrin, you hear a voice, a very familiar voice. Be at ease, Sorrin. You are not alone in this.
Is it like in my head?
Yes, it's in your head and you know who it is.
I like kind of look around, like trying to keep my cool.
Alright. I may be DMing you a few things, Cam, alright? Just a heads up.
Gotcha.
Alright. You guys open the door?
Yeah, I'll open it.
Alright.
It says endurance. I feel like I want to be up front.
Yeah. As you all walk in. Let's see. You can stop, Your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice. When your vision clears, you find yourself in a raging snowstorm, standing at the edge of a ragged tribe's camp in the process of being dismantled. The nomads work feverishly to tear down their tents and pack them onto dog sleds. A few of them spot you and brandish their weapons. However, a tall figure standing among them calls out, "We should not lie down and die for your pleasure, emissaries of Arl. Be gone!" As you hear the sound of Jarund Elkheart, the chief of the tribe of the Elk you met way back when you were traveling to Caer-Konig. The Elk tribesman leader, he brandishes his weapon but then stops and is like, "Wait a minute. Everybody, put your weapons down. I know these people."
Hello, Jarund. That's his name, right? Sorry.
Yes.
Jarund, good to see you.
Good to see you too. I must say, the little decorative snowflake on top as he points, and you all have a snowflake above your heads. That was a bit of concern. I thought here you were Arl's emissaries here to kill us all.
No, we would never. Out of curiosity, where is here?
Oh, we're deep into the tundra, my friend. In fact, we're currently dismantling our camp. The elk herd has gone north, and we need to make our way across it, lest we'll lose our food supply. But tell me, if you're all here, perhaps you could help me out. We need to get across the tundra and carry parts of our camp with us, and it'd be better to have more people to help us out with it than not. It's a bit of a long march, though, but you all seem strong and like you could handle it.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, friend.
Alright. You all begin to start picking up pieces of the camp as Sorrin, you hear that voice again. Careful, Sorrin. You need strong endurance for this one.
Let's see.
Alright, as you guys begin to start the march.
As we begin to walk, I'd I'd like to approach Balthazar, like from the, like move up into the march with him.
I'm carrying as many things as much as I can fit on my back.
Yeah.
Yes?
Balthazar, I have a favor to ask. A simple one.
Oh,
And I don't need you to ask any questions. I just kind of need you to go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be willing to carry me through this?
Yes.
All right.
My man.
Hop up on the bag, my brother.
All right, and I climb aboard Balthazar.
All right. It is a long trek through the snowy tundra. Snow comes blowing at your face as you guys keep walking and walking. For the first 8 hours, you guys are able to weather it pretty well. Though Balthazar is a bit more tired than the rest of you as he has to carry Sorrin. However, though, past that point, the wind gets harsher as you guys begin to start climbing up part of the tundra. And I have everybody but Sorrin make me a Constitution saving throw.
Need some crunch.
Okay, you two, Minerva.
One moment. I just did.
That's fine.
I'll use my
Alright.
favored by the gods.
Alright, so add your thing to that. So let's write it down. Let's see. And who am I missing? Minerva, Correth. Oh. Alright. Minerva, Nayala, Correth. You are all able to withstand the elements right now. Vars and Balthazar. Vars, you're not used to marching for this long, and Balthazar, given how much you're carrying and carrying Sorrin as well, the two of you each get a point of exhaustion.
Alright.
Okay. You keep on walking and moving. Balthazar, Sorrin's still on your back, but, you know, I'm assuming he appreciates what you're doing.
I just give him like a good pat on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Something tells me this will be worth it.
Yes, but though at this point now, Balthazar and Vars are a bit further behind than the rest of the party. Another 2 hours go by, and you all, everybody but Sorrin, once again make me a con saving throw.
Oh my god. Con is one of my good ones.
And Minerva.
Yep.
Alright. Nayala, Correth, you guys are keeping yourselves pretty well abreast even as you're carrying all this stuff, though. Vars, even though you're pretty tired, you've kind of basically, you bust out the bottle and have been drinking to kind of like keep yourself cool.
Yeah, I got that hot liquor. I'm gonna start drinking a bottle of that.
Minerva and Balthazar, you guys both continue again. You both aren't able to withstand the elements as well this time, as the two of you both take a level of exhaustion.
Can I help Balthazar with his other stuff?
Sure.
I
start-
count as a large tile when carrying things, so.
That's true. You help Balthazar take some stuff as well, too. But Balthazar's still carrying Sorrin on his back, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it, but okay. This is what we're doing.
Alright.
Neither do I, but I trust the process.
Another...
I mean,
Yes. Lastly, another 2 hours go by as you begin to see the elk. Jarun looks to you all. Hurry! We're almost there. We have almost beaten this tundra. As you all begin to run, though, as Balthazar looks up above, though, his, smile of this ordeal being overturned to a frown as he sees nothing else but a mountain goat. Bah! Bah!
This motherfucker.
god damn. Fucking goat.
Constitution saves from everybody but Sorrin once more.
Better fucking do well.
No.
Oh.
Alright!
Oh, nice.
Balthazar natted down.
Okay.
Well, can I?
I don't have any that can help after the fact.
I'll use this pose to add a D10.
All right, I'll roll the D10.
Hmm?
Yeah, you can roll the D10. All right.
14.
You pass, or it fail, or that's your first level, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now it passes.
2 is when it gets rolled back.
Yeah.
You mean what Balthazar's sitting on?
Yeah, you mean what I just got?
Yeah.
Hanging out?
Vars, you pass as well too. You all begin to move, and even those of you who are so exhausted now, like Correth, or gotten exhausted like Correth, are able to move and move. Balthazar, it's rough. You're especially carrying Sorrin on your back, but you're able to keep that from going. But you, my friend Balthazar, have 2 levels of exhaustion already. As Sorrin, you hear in your head a familiar voice. Jump, Sorrin! Quickly! Move as fast as you can.
I follow the instructions.
And as Sorrin jumps off your back, Balthazar, you trip. As everybody but you, Balthazar, makes it to the edge as you are hit by the snow, Balthazar, and caught in the avalanche.
Oh no.
That
As-
fucking goat.
As you all kind of, gets to the end, as Jeroen looks to the ones of you who made it out. Thank you all for carrying our things, and smart move too, Goliath, for taking the things off that half-orc before he was destroyed by the avalanche. As you all hand, as Jeroen and his men take his stuff, he gives you all a bow and says, "Thank you." And just like that, you guys find yourself back in that doorway. Balthazar, you were like thrown out first, like as if someone just chucked you out of like.
The lights are right here.
Does that
Yeah.
mean Balthazar failed that challenge?
Perhaps. But the rest of you, yes. All of your level of exhaustions are gone, by the way, now too.
Okay, good.
Nice.
But Balthazar died just then.
Yeah, like that just
Avalanche.
I mean,
I figured, yeah.
if this wasn't a test, a magical test, then yeah, he probably would have died. But
I would have raged, I think, just to try something.
Yeah, I would have assumed there would have been some kind of you have one chance to save yourself kind of thing.
all right. But as you all come out, though, recognizing that you have 3 more of these to get through. Actually, what do you guys think? Should we end it here? We got 9 minutes till. I know I don't want to keep you guys in for like 3-hour plus sessions again like last time. I know some of you have work and stuff in the morning.
If you feel like that's probably a good place to end, then sure.
I'm okay.
I'm going to. Oh yeah, yes.
I'm okay with whatever. I can do whatever.
Same.
I'm going to say yes because I think thematically it just works, and plus you guys like realize this is what you gotta do down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, coming out of their first trial, Vellynne looking at y'all. That was fast.
How long was it?
14 minutes.
Oh, jeez, we were walking
Speed
for
run, baby.
hours.
How long was it for us?
14 hours.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. But as you guys kind of, oh yeah,
I was gonna say why Balthazar is kind of like picking himself up. I'd like to steal the beard comb again.
Wow.
sleight of hand and perception from Balthazar.
That
You know what,
avalanche really fucked up my my. Oh my god!
You do this as.
If you like that.
Sleight of hand 34?
Yeah.
I mean, I
One
think
off
if he,
max, I believe.
yeah, no, if he gets 35 is literally his max.
Yeah.
Real insult to injury there, huh, Vars?
Yep. Give it back eventually. I promise.
All right, but with that, that is where we're going to end our session as you guys get ready for the next test. Alright. No, yeah, hope you've all...
Is there any immediate, like, consequences for me right now that I can tell?
No, like, your body feels like it's back to normal. Your brain feels like you just spent the past 14 hours walking through the tundra, but, like...
Alright.
Or you're like I said, all of your exhaustion is gone for everybody when they walk out. Alright. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. I know it was, like, a lot to get through, but, I know this to me is, like, a lot of a fun section of the module.
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then, Sorrin has a very big RP stuff kind of going on here if you haven't figured out already.
I figured, and I just put trust in it.
Yeah, I was like, alright. I know I can immediately get Balthazar to carry me.
Yeah. You also have to wonder too, though, Cam. Do you think Sorrin could have passed all those con saves though?
Absolutely not.
Balthazar couldn't pass all those con saves, and Balthazar is the one who's made. Goddamn.
Yeah. I was actually
+7.
Yeah, a lot of you actually were doing. All of you had some pretty good rolls. I think Balthazar just got some shit rolls though.
Yeah, it's just the way I do.
Yeah. All right then. If you want to hop in the stream, we're gonna raid somebody.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to do a session next Thursday, September 9th. Like I will keep you very well informed if like moving or my internet situation keeps me from doing it, but I really want to kind of do it.
Yes.
And then and then after that session we'll have one more in the month of September, but then we'll basically go on our hiatus.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just assuming, by the way, too, with this hiatus situation that you're all cool with wanting to keep playing this, even if we do take a really long break, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm down.
Whatever time frame has to happen, I'm down.
Awesome. All right then. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Stream.